Hello everyone, welcome back to Jasper's Game Week Aussie Edition. If you're joining us for the first time today, I'm John and this is Sarah, and we're from Meeples and Dragons. We're coming up on Game 2 for today with Game Master Alek.
We'd like to thank Alek and his merry band of adventurers for joining us today, and thank you to our friends at Ardent Roleplay for hosting us on their Twitch this week. If you're curious about how their augmented reality system for TTRPGs works, head on over to their site, ardentroleplay.com, and check it out.
Don't forget, you can influence the game through donations to give advantage, disadvantage, rerolls, and more through the Tiltify. There's woodland animals, triggering traps, and all sorts of fun for you to get up to in this game.
We'll pass you over to Alek now. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, everybody. Hi, and welcome to what is this, game 3 or 4? Oh my goodness, of Jasper's Game Day stream of the day. Numbers have never been my strong suit, which is why I'm running online now and have the computer doing all the math for me. My name is Alek. I will be your DM for today. I don't really run on streams and stuff like that a lot, but if you're over around Melbourne, you can play you can play Adventures League with me and the Melbourne community down here, and that's probably where you'd see me elsewhere. We are about to play a game called East of the Sun and West of the Moon. And before we get into that, I have to before I get into that, and introduce our wonderful cast of characters. There are a couple of things I need to hit on first. First off, again, this is all for Jasper's Game Day, Game Day Week. Jasper's Game Week. It's a week's worth of it's a week's worth of charity streams for a great cause, and besides being able to donate to have various things happen to the players in these streams, we're also they're also hosting a giveaway to be drawn at the end of the week. You have the chance to win a copy of Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft, including both the standard and alternate covers, which will be shipped directly from Wizards of the Coast before the release. The drawing of this is going to be on the 8th at 10 p.m. And besides that, you can also maybe win a year's GM subscription to Ardent Roleplay's augmented reality app and the deck of 75 high fantasy themed AR encounter cards. This one is also going to be drawn on the 8th at 10 p.m. So for this game, going to Broadway. You would be able to win a D&D Beyond Digital Dice Blacksmith dice pack. There's a lot of dice in that, which includes 8 digital dice sets in bronze, copper, Damascus steel, electrum, gold, iron, platinum, and silver. So there's lots of stuff being given away all week, and involve yourselves in that way. This game in particular is being sponsored by BD&D. BD&D are a New Zealand-based husband and wife team who are very passionate about Dungeons and Dragons. They deliver inventive content and have been also, if I'm not mistaken, playing on a bunch of the games over the week. You might have potentially met their characters during their games, and you can visit their website at bdnd.com, and you can find them on Twitter at bd_dnd, B as in BEA, D&D.com. And with that out of the way, hi again, my name's Alek. I don't stream a lot, so apologies if this seems a little odd for you, because it's a little odd for me, but I'd like to now take this away from me. Please take the spotlight away from me and see and introduce our lovely, lovely cast of people. And I actually don't know which order you're seeing this in. So whoever wants to go first, I'd like you to introduce yourselves as we begin this adventure in a little village north of the spine of the world called Hundlestone. Hundlestone is a mining settlement. It's one of the smaller towns, but it is a key location in terms of going to the other larger, more prominent locations up in north of the spine of the world. Hundlestone, as you will soon see, is very, very much in the middle of celebration. And you can see that despite the dour and dreary weather and the sort of atmosphere of unwelcoming atmosphere that you might find here up north, the residents of Hundlestone have done their best to make sure that they find a little bit of comfort and a little bit of revelry during these tough times. This is where we see our band of adventurers milling about here and there. Who would like to go first in introducing themselves? Otherwise, we're going to go in the order of the icons, and the first person I see is Blaze, and I know that as a Goliath, you should be really, really at home up here in the Frozen North, but please, Blaze, tell us more about yourself and what you're doing.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm mildly confused. Thank you so much for the warm welcome. And Blaze is a Goliath paladin that likes to roam around. He's had a really interesting experience with things from other realms, and he's out there looking for the truth. Thanks, you, Alek.
Nice. The truth is out there, Blaze. Just keep that in mind. Next up, we have Duvessa.
Hi, I'm Vanessa, and I'm playing Duvessa. And Duvessa is a tiefling who has a very troubled, conflicted past, but wants to have a much better future. So she's kind of out on her own. She loves gambling and has probably been in town gambling this whole time. And she definitely knows when to go out for the adventure and place all bets and just go for it. Whatever it is, whether it's having a good time or delving a dungeon, you just got to go for it.
Nice. Next up, we have Klappa.
Hello, I'm Shaun. I'll be playing Klappa, who is a tabaxi with short calico fur. Klappa is pretty well known to the citizens in the greater Icewind Dale area. Klappa is a far-ranging trapper and fisher who helps provide and gather food for all these small towns dotted throughout the frozen north. And Klappa is kind of hanging out here in Huddlestone, knowing that there's going to be a small gathering, and is just kind of here to sell some of his wares.
Very good. Thank you so much, Klappa. Next up, we have Oboe.
Hi, I'm Dave from Band of Badgers. We are a TTRPG community based in the UK doing various things with people all over the world, which is why we're here. Oboe is a turtle. He's all kinds of mixture of fun, anxiety, and good nature. He's completely in love with everything that's green because he's green, and he roams from story to story, adventure to adventure, just popped out of thin air and gets on with it.
Nice. Just a wandering tortoise. Next up, we have Spec.
Hi, yeah, my name's Alyssa Grant, and I'm a producer over at Penny Arcade and also on a bunch of other different projects outside of Penny Arcade. I also play in a group called I Speak Giant. And otherwise, for this game, I will be playing Spec, who is the town friend and small phlegm gremlin. It's hard to say. I'm also a forest gnome. So I'm very short. I have this crazy fiery red hair that's just all over the place, and you can't tell what are freckles or what's dirt on my face, and my clothes are in tatters. Spec doesn't actually know how she got to this town, but she's been here for a while, and she's been living under the floorboards of this tavern. And I want to be very clear, it's not the basement, it's under the floorboards. And that's Spec. She's very phlegmy, a lot of mucus.
Very good. And last but not least, we have Yam.
Hi, I'm Luke. I'm from PAX Oz and also on I Speak Giant. I will be playing Yam Nodrog, who is a hulking 7-foot-tall, muscle-bound half-orc chef. So he is working in the tavern, sometimes running a food truck, I think serving in the commissary right now, just making sure everyone's got a hot meal, and no nonsense in his kitchen.
Sweet. Thank you guys very much. And like I said, you guys find yourself in Hundlestone, which is very much busy deep into the celebration and really much into the festive mood, which is a really, really different tone given how in the past few years, the sun hasn't risen in over the frozen north for a while, and everyone's had a much difficult time, finding ways to keep happy, to bring themselves joy. But Hundlestone has said that, sunshine or no sunshine, we are going to celebrate our Festival of Lights. We are going to make sure the Dance of Lights will go on as planned, and we're not going to let that stop us from having a good time, which is what everyone has told you whilst you're here, as they sort of not so much forcefully, but do their best to welcome you, welcome other people in their celebration. There is a lot of gambling going along, and Spec, you might even feel a little more welcome than usual, because most of Hundlestone, or at least those who are actively taking part in the celebration, are gnomish. There are definitely dwarves and humans and other types of folk here, but the dwarves, the gnomes have really taken charge of the celebration. As you might know, the Dance of Lights is originally a gnomish holiday. Anyone, and this is, I guess, the first role of the game, anyone else who wishes to see if they know more about the Dance of Lights itself is welcome to make a history or religion roll.
Sure. Let's just get that character sheet up.
I have decent history.
You guys are welcome to roll in person as well if you'd much rather do that.
As long as my cat doesn't eat my dice, yes.
Oh, that was so close.
That's a solid 0.
16 plus 5 for 21.
Nice. 21, right. So the 21 and the 15 are more than enough. Spec, it's lost a little bit of popularity in recent years, but was it Duvessa who rolled the 21?
Yes.
Yes, you would know that you've heard of the Dance of Lights, and it's mostly like a joyous celebration. That the gnomish deities are a little more on the mischievous side, but you recall in your reading, in your learnings about this holiday, and that is that the Dance of Lights is primarily one of merrymaking, but also illusion and trickery. That is sort of the aim of the holiday. Gnomish folk use it to sort of play good spirited tricks on others, and celebrate sort of celebrate usually for it usually goes on for more than a couple of days, but from what you've seen, because of the way that Hundlestone is, in terms of it's a small mining settlement, you don't see you don't seem to think that there's a lot of room for a lot of hijinks, and because it's sort of like a mining town, everyone is clearly just taken what of the holiday they liked, and sort of toned it down for the sake of the rest of the denizens here. I will be moving you to a new map at this point. Yep. And you will find yourself in town as soon as it wants to cooperate.
Hundlestone's at 90%.
All right. I guess my internet is just said no. There we go. I'm starting to see people moved over. Hurrah! So here in Hundlestone, you see that everyone's sort of like gathered by the center of town. People have set up little stalls, little sort of like pulled carts over to sort of sell their wares. Papa, you might be among one of these folk here, engaged in trading and what have you, as sort of like people take this opportunity to see what's for sale, see what they can get, feeling a little more loose with their coin and willing to spend than they normally would because of the revelry going on. You guys look around. You see there are some games as well, and there's gambling and all sorts of things like that. And from what you can tell, like everyone's having a really great time right now. I mean, it doesn't have the fanfare of like bigger cities, but there is definitely a warm small town celebrative feel to it. When you guys sort of like start going around and what have you, what would be the first thing your characters would do as you go to explore this the festivities around?
May I have one of these food carts?
Yeah.
Ooh, what would you call it?
No, it's definitely the War Chef wagon. Like it's a family brand.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, I'm definitely. You parked yourself. You can pick one of the little tents or wagons and say that is where you set up camp. You just
I see this War Chef wagon and I walk up to it. I say, I could be a War Chef. Hello, excuse me. Can I please have? Could I be a War Chef?
Well, that depends, little one. Are you prepared to dedicate the next 12 years of your life to learning in the kitchen?
Oh gosh, I never considered that. Would I make friends along the way?
No, you'd make food. That's what being a chef is.
But then, like, doesn't food make you friends because you serve friends your food?
That makes you business, love.
Oh, business equals no friends. Excuse me, I'm sorry, but I think I've come to the wrong place. I need to go find other friends.
All right. You don't want food then?
Well, what kind of food do you have? Are you my friend now?
If you buy some food, love, I'll be your friend.
Oh, that sounds great. Okay.
What's he making? Are there like seasonal dishes for the festival?
No, not really. But you would know that up here in the north, most of what they consume is either game animal like hare and deer, or everyone's favorite knucklehead trout.
It's fish soup.
I love fish soup.
You look like someone who likes fish soup.
Food. Yeah. Okay, so how much does it cost for your friendship and soup?
2 coppers for the soup, the friendship's free.
Oh, what a
How
deal.
Generous. You should be able to drag your character. I noticed you were like
I was trying. I can't seem to click and drag.
Oh, I know what it is. You are on target. So up on the left-hand side,
yep.
See it has to be the little square thing, and then
perfect. Cool.
Yes, yes,
Let's
because
claim...
the other one is target.
Let's not make myself a target just yet.
Don't worry about it. But yeah, you set up camp. You set up sort of like your stall, and you see, besides the gnomish folk, like celebrating and what have you, there is a dressed in sort of like peasant laborer type garbs. A centaur woman begins walking around as like obviously looking for something, and as she passes you guys, she kind of looks at Oboe very strangely, as she says, "Excuse me, are you?" Before she can finish the sentence, Oboe, can I have you roll on the wild magic search table, as we just got someone ask to hurry it along and hopefully make you a sheep.
I don't know if that's actually rolling. Is that doing anything? Oh, no.
Let me do.
No. Oh, there we go. 18.
Oh, that is. Hang on. All right. Technical issues. It's supposed to be the thing, but it's not doing the thing. Sure. 18. Let's look at 18 on my roller. We should have troubleshooted before this, but 18 is you grow a long beard made of feathers, at which and until you sneeze, they will then blow off. So this centaur woman walks. She's obviously looking for something, or maybe even someone, and she stops beside you and looks. Excuse me, I'm very sorry. You have. Oh no! As suddenly she points to your chin, you feel like you feel nothing there at first, but as soon as she does, it's like. Suddenly, a beard full of feathers.
Well, that's not supposed to be there. That's brand new. That is. I've never seen that before. I don't even know where I was. I mean, I was literally just cleaning up at Strahd's birthday party, and now I'm here, and now I have a beard. I don't know where am I, by the way.
Oh, well, you're in Hundlestone, she says. That is all right. You would not be the only person lost today right now, she says. Very, trying to reassure you, obviously. But then perhaps the statement that you are not the only lost person today is not as reassuring as she thinks it might be. She looks at you and goes, well, I have never seen a turtle with a feather beard, but it's a very good look on you.
Oh, that's right. I don't mind it. It's actually quite unique, you know. I guess it goes. I got a ring for my nose and this gem on my head, and I don't know where all these things come from. But hey, I'm happy and go lucky. I'll go with it. That's fine. I can smell some food. Is there a party going on?
Oh, yes, there is a festival right now. This is the Dance of Lights. Here in this town, there is a festival that happens every year. The gnomish folk, they celebrate it very well. Sometimes they make a lot of mischief, but there is supposed to be a big sort of like celebration. It has changed this year because of, the everlasting darkness and what have you. People are...
Everlasting darkness?
Oh, yes. Oh, you are lost. That is all right. Well, here north of the spine of the world, in the past few years, the sun has not shined. Depending on where you go, people say it is the Frost Maiden who does this. But here they think maybe it is weather. But they have thought that perhaps by blessing this celebration, they will have more opportunity to appease the gods like Auril and what have you. But, it is very difficult to appease the gods when you cannot find the priest that you have, the priest you have invited to do the celebration. I am very sorry for bothering you with this. I have misplaced him somehow. He was here yesterday, she says.
But what do they look like? Maybe I can help look for them.
Oh, that would be really helpful. His name is Anders. His name is Anders, and he is a human male, about this high, she says. And being a centaur, when she gestures like by her waist or something, which is about like 5'7" or so. He's about this high. He's what are they called? Reghet. He's of the Reghet tribes, and. He's very quiet, very nice young man, about maybe in his early 20s. Brown hair. He has brownish golden eyes. I don't know. I've been so busy. I haven't noticed where he could have gotten to. But don't worry yourself. I will look for him myself. If you just happen to see him, please let me know.
Okay, I'll have a look around the festivities and have a good look around. Thank you.
There's a lot of food. You see, she points to Klappa over there and goes, that nice gentleman over there. He always sells very great food like fish and what have you. I always, whenever he stops by, I always make sure to come by from him. She says.
Oh, that's fine. I'll go follow my nose then. That's okay. Thank you very much.
Enjoy.
What was your name again? Sorry, what was your name?
My name is Runa.
Runa. Okay. Nice to meet you, Runa. Thank you.
It's nice to. I did not catch your name.
My name's Oboe.
Very nice to meet you as well.
Most people say, "Oh no," but it's Oboe.
That is a funny. That is because it is very close to your name. I understand.
It is, yeah. But hey.
And she waves you goodbye as the rest of you might Runa might sort of stumble beside you guys. She's quite large. The horse side of her is like the size of like one of those big Clydesdale type horses. As she walks by, most of you going, "Oh, excuse me," like every now and again, she will ask you about. She'll go over to where Duvessa and Blaze are, and she will ask, "Pardon me, have you seen a human man about this tall? Looks a little bit out of place because of all the furs he wears."
I don't think I have, unless he's a gambling man.
Oh no, I don't believe he gambles. I don't think they do anything like that. He's a very religious person, so maybe not.
I don't think I have. Is he missing? Like has he
not missing? She like quickly goes, "Oh no, not missing. It is, well, maybe I have misplaced him. Maybe, I'm not sure. He's supposed to be around because he's, for the festivities, we have to make sure everything is celebrated well. And he is supposed to lead the celebration, but he's not here right now, and I have not seen hide nor hair of him. But
where did you last put him? Was he?
Well, he is staying over at the staying over at the blacksmith's house because we don't have a lot of inns, and he is a guest of honor. So I remember speaking to Roscoe, the blacksmith, and he was saying that he was here this morning when he woke up to tend to things. But that Anders had left, so we thought he had just come here to the celebration, but he's not here. He's supposed to be here, but he's not here.
That's odd. Well, I'll keep an eye out.
Yes, please do keep an eye out for him. She tells you as she sort of goes, "Excuse me, Blaze, you're one of the Blaze and Yam. You're like some of the few people who might match her in height, honestly. So, when she passes by you, she's like, oh, excuse me. Like she's quite surprised to have to be looking someone near eye level as she like shimmies past you. But you see this woman is very much like, she doesn't seem bothered by it, or at least she's trying not to seem bothered by it. But as you guys continue going through the celebration and what have you, can I get everyone to make me perception rolls?
Seven.
You've got your eyes on just potential customers, you got no time for just chitter chatter. Nice.
Solid.
Got a 23.
Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh. Spicy.
Klappa, as Klappa, Spec, and I'll say even Blaze, 12 and above, as you guys are sort of enjoying the game and what have you. you overhear Runa like talking to other people and being like, no, he would not have left, would he? And you catch bits of her conversation, but because she's sort of like hard to miss and has been going around everywhere, it's not a huge town, so like a big 8 to 9 foot tall centaur just kind of like walking all over the place, subtly looking for someone is not as subtle as she thinks. And with the room, sorry, yep.
Oh, so I was going to say, I'd like to walk up to her, soup in hand. And I kind of dribble it all about me. Like it's all down. And I say,
"Oh, darling, you are
Excuse me, miss. First of all, it sounds like you misplaced one of your friends. And do you need any help? And secondly, have you tried this soup?
and I hold it up to her and kind of slosh it up on her a little bit.
Oh, thank you. She says, she takes the bowl from you, and you see like there's like a very clear like desire for her to take the end of her apron and kind of just like wipe your face with it, but she holds back and she says, "Oh, this looks like very good soup. I will definitely have some after I find my friend. Yes, my friend is missing." She tells you, missing is not really the word. Perhaps he just went out for a walk, she says, and she kind of like looks out towards like the edge of town, towards the outskirts. And you guys, having traveled here, know that traveling is not fun at all. Like in the Frozen Far, traveling is a chore, to say the least. And she kind of looks out, almost 1,000-yard stare towards the outside, like, perhaps he's just somewhere around town, she says, seemingly very concerned about this. But, she's like forcing a smile and saying, I don't mean to take you away from the festivities. If you want to go ahead and enjoy, but if you wanted to help me as well, she says,
I'd be delighted to help. In fact,
And I turn around and I just yell. I say,
this person has lost their friend.
So she as you turn around and she says, yeah, you do that, she realizes, oh no, and you see people turn and go, what, Runa, who is missing? And like, no one is missing. And she's like, no, it is all right, no one is missing. And a bunch of people walk up to her and like, no, Runa, what is going on? Who is missing? A bunch of the dwarves, especially, who seem like, Runa, what is going on? And she goes, well, no one can find Ander. And they're like, what? There's a very clear like, how can he be missing? He is supposed to be here. And for the rest of you who might not have necessarily been nearby for this conversation, you see that you hear Speck yell about a missing person, which some of you might have already heard about. But as soon as like the rest of the festivities catch wind of this, the mood changes ever so slightly. Like people are still enjoying. There are still gamblers gambling, drunks being slightly not drunk, but like, people enjoying their drink. But people are like, what's going on? And there is a clear like whisper campaign going through the town right now. Like, Ander is missing. This is not good. And she goes, no. Ander has probably just gone out for fresh air. My friend here, she says to you, she says, putting like her hand on your head, which I think is about maybe the only thing she can reach. My friend here is about to fetch him. He's fine.
Oh, yes. He's completely okay. He's just gone out for a stroll, so we're just going to go grab him. But I was just curious, does anyone here want to walk with me as I go take a stroll as well?
You see people go, like the general townsman, like, Runa, what is it? Do we need help? Do you need help or not? And there's like a clear hesitation amongst most of the people to do anything about it, because it's like, I don't really. She looks out at the crowd, trying to see if anyone else is willing to join this sweet little gnome who has volunteered to help her in her troubles.
Lappa at this point has circled most of the different food wagons and stalls and has kind of sidled up to Yam at this point, who we've done a few trades in the past. I've got a pack laden with knucklehead trout, just reeking of fish. Have sort of stopped to focus and listen in on this conversation about a missing person. And Clappa turns to Yam and is just like, "Oh, someone's missing. Missing people up north usually means dead."
It does. It's nice to see you so enthusiastic about the prospect as always, Clappa.
As you're having this conversation, a random woodland creature, by proxy of a generous donation, has appeared. And the random woodland creature is a badger. As you guys are having this conversation,
Please, I'm so sick of cooking fish.
A badger, like you feel as you both are having this conversation beside you, you feel kind of like dirt sort of like dislodged by your feet onto your shoe as like out digs a little badger from a hole like out of the ground, almost out of nowhere, and they look up at you almost like with an awareness that is unique to like animals and what have you, like I mean unique from animals, like an almost humanoid awareness, and they look at you going like they start shaking as if trying to get your attention, very much almost like they want to tell you something.
Yam will bend down with like a skillet raised in his hand.
No, don't, what, no. Let me talk to it, it's okay.
What?
Let me talk to it. Look, it's obviously trying to get your attention.
I know, more fool him.
Like the badger literally like points at Oboe as he says that.
Fine, sodding sentient animals.
I'll speak with animals and see what the badger wants to say.
So you get down to this badger's level, and the badger goes,
"Excuse me, I heard you were looking for a person, and I was out there and I saw a person walking, and people don't normally walk out there."
Okay. So let's go find out. Can you take us where it is? Have they fallen down the well and broken their leg? What's
they're just walking.
Oh, okay. It's
very strange. And I thought because there's many people here, maybe I find scraps of food. But then I hear the nice lady over there talking about missing people. So I felt compelled, as if by the generosity of others, to come help you.
It is. I get that way sometimes too. It's amazing how things just. Things just appear out of thin air like that. Okay. Right. Let's try and. If you can show us where it is, or at least point us in the general direction. Let's get a little party together, and we'll go and find them. But thank you for doing that.
Especially
thank you.
That one, stay away from me.
He says, pointing to
Probably for the best I didn't conk him on the head.
The badger's saying to put down the what is that? A spoon? Put down the skillet and step away. The badger means you no harm, and it's probably a little bit chewy.
You got a point there.
Like he looks up at you at that comment but says nothing.
It's okay. I'm vegetarian, but he doesn't know that.
So that's going on. Do you try and call the attention of the other, do you call Runa's attention? Do you call because you've got sort of like a bit of two separate groups going on right now in this conversation?
Everyone here has heard that and seen me, and then I'll run over to Runa and just say that nature has found a way. We've just had some information that I think the person you're looking for is over that way.
It's very interesting, she says. But yes, if you could help, I would go with you. But I am not suited for I'm not suited for the weather right now. And she says, hoofs and all. It is not a good place for someone like me to be walking around in the ice. The ice is very scary when you don't have feet.
Well, these two seem quite capable.
She looks down and goes, "Oh yes. Would you be willing to help? Would you be willing to help my turtle friend? I did not catch your name, little one, she says, looking down at Speck.
Yeah, my name's Speck.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Speck.
I would love to help. Does that mean that everyone here wants to come with me?
She looks over at the group and goes, "Well, I suppose so. Honestly, I think it is safer to travel in a group. At least then you can protect yourselves. Because though the outside is quite dangerous, which is why I'm a little concerned if Anders did end up going outside."
Oh, please, it'll be okay. I mean, I have some very thick clothes here, and it's nothing that friendship can't withstand. You know what I'm saying? So as long as we go out together, we'll be okay.
I very much believe in that message as well, she says.
Oh, it's so refreshing. So does everyone else is everyone else feeling okay to leave town now? Because I'm ready to go. We can even.
You know what? You come meet me. You come. You gather what you need, and you come meet me by the gates of town in about 10 minutes. All right, she says.
That sounds great.
As she sort of like looks like she's going to get supplies for you, maybe some rations or maybe anything she can scrounge up to help you on this expedition.
I go up to what was it, the war chef?
War chef.
Yeah. I go up to the war chef and say, "Oh, excuse me, Mr. War Chef, man. Do you want to come with us? And while you're at it, bring like a ton of your soup because it was stellar, and I feel like that would really make the journey
little
much
one.
better."
It is the flavor sensation that inspires salivation. That is true.
You could have said it better myself.
He heaves this big cauldron of the soup. He turns to the badger, goes, "All right, you're in charge till I get back."
Does he get a little hat?
He pops it up on the counter and puts a hat on it.
The badger is very confused. Has no. Do badgers have opposable thumbs? I don't believe so. And just like,
I see this tabaxi as well. I'm saying, "Do you want to come with us too?" The tabaxi.
Papa, are you?
I'm trying to think about what's in it for me, but sure. I got to make sure that Yam survives, because who else is going to buy my knucklehead trouts?
Oh, is that the war chef's name? Yam. Hi, Yam. I'm Speck.
Pleasure to meet
name? What's the tabaxi's name?
The name's Klappa. That's what everybody calls me. Nice to meet you, Speck.
You can tell he likes you because he's not clapping.
I don't know what that means, but that sounds great. I put my hand forward to shake your hand. It's very goopy.
You get a paw that shakes your hand that is as fishy as yours is goopy.
Yam looks around and he sees Blaze standing on the far side of the camp, like head and shoulders above everything else. Right, if we're leaving, we're taking him with us. He walks over.
The other tall person.
Yeah.
The 7'7" Goliath, dressed in full plate mail with a shield, a warhammer next to him, sipping from the world's smallest teacup. He's just been watching all this with wide eyes, just following the conversation through, looking at Oboe, looking at the badger, and then kind of peers down at the group. I'd be delighted. Let's go. Are we bringing the badger?
No, he's working.
I don't believe that's possible, but sure. This tea is just delicious.
Badger, like, almost as if like to accentuate that statement, the badger sort of like tries to move the ladle in the soup and ends up just like knocking it in.
I believe that's a health violation. Let me help you. And with one very large arm, just kind of just stride over, pick the badger up, tuck your arm, pat it for a bit. Oboe, I believe, is you were talking to the badger.
Oh yeah, they're my little furry friends. I talk to all kinds of animals.
And they should just hand it to you like a large dog, because badgers are the size of like
yes. Yeah.
So just hand it to Oboe. I don't think he should cook.
No, maybe not. I'm not sure what you wanted.
I think.
Right, here go, Badger. Run away.
As politely as possible, kind of bend down towards Speck. So, madam, are you leading this expedition?
I don't know if I'm leading it. We just had to go on a walk together, really. If you want to be the leader, you're welcome to be the leader. I'm okay with that.
As you're debating who is leading this, and because you did try and shoo the badger away, the badger kind of like tries to tug at whatever clothes Oboe is wearing in a kind of like, wasn't I leading you in the direction? I'm the leader here. No, but yeah, the badger's like,
Still down by that other campfire, Yam holding his cauldron of soup will go, what about you, Pinky? You coming with us?
Sounds like great gossip. I'm along for the ride.
Perfect. Now, apparently, we can't bring the badger, so there's another wooden creature that's going to work for basically board to run the store for me.
You can look around trying to find a woodland creature that can perhaps has better training in like curry than this badger does.
Right. What am I rolling for this?
Make me a perception check.
Oh, so I will roll in the thing. RD20 plus a 4. Nope.
Nope. You don't spot any woodland creatures, but like, you know, there's a bunch of horses in north end of town. They can at least hold the ladle with their mouth, maybe.
That's all right. I got this. And Yam will just make a sign that says back in 5 and put it on the counter.
Long 5.
The badger starts sort of like trying to get your attention, like follow me. At first it thinks of going back down through the little hole it dug, and then looking at all of you, realizing you're not gonna fit, just kind of like walks out and like saunters out of town in its like little badger step. You meet Runa by the gate of by like the edge of town, and she like sees the badger approach and goes, "Oh, you do not see that every day." At this like confident little badger walking up, and as you are getting ready to leave, she says, "I do not have a lot of money on me, but I thought that this would be of use to you." She says, and she gives you guys 2 potions of healing and some cramp and 6 set of crampons. Which are things you attach to your shoe to be able to walk on ice. 6 pairs of crampons. And she goes, it is very dangerous out there, but mostly also that the weather has not been great. She says, as if they're having a bad day. When anyone who spent any time in the frozen far knows it's never great. But yeah, she gives you guys 2 potions of healing to hopefully, keep you guys sustained on your travels. And she tells you that, it is not really important to me if Anders is not able to make it back in time for the end of the celebration. I just want to know that he is safe. But if you could bring him back a little earlier, before the actual ceremony, that would also be amazing. She says, his safety is most important, of course.
Excuse me, madam. Do you have a sled? Some of my smaller comrades won't do well in such deep snow. I'm not as bothered, but some of the slightly less in stature ones may sink. Do you have a sled? We can ride him.
She goes, I believe there should be a sled. Roscoe would know, but it's just a matter of if there are enough dogs to take you. And she says, she goes, wait right here. And she sort of like trots towards the other side of town, where you see along the other side of this smaller village, there is like an area with stables and what have you. And she talks to a human man who with a wide brim hat, and she goes like you can see her miming like Slay and what have you as she talks to him, because she's very animated in the way she describes things. And he go like, you see the man go, and comes back with a single sleigh. Unfortunately, it seems as though they were not able to get you sled dogs, as their only sled dog has also gone missing the past few days.
All right,
but
dog's busy working the stalls.
yeah, she comes back to you and tells you that, oh well, this is normal because the dog sometimes gets free and likes to go about, but he is going to be fine out there. But here, and she sort of has pushed the sleigh up towards you. Unfortunately, you would have to be the one pushing the sleigh as well, but it will help those of you who are smaller not sink. She says.
Well, it's okay. I'm okay with the shoes that we have. Unless anyone else wants to use the sleigh, it seems like it would just be additional work at this point.
It's not going to, the way it is, it's not going to confer any particular disadvantage on like the movement of the person pushing it.
Okay.
Just that, if there is any reason you would be on a sleigh rather than touching the ground, no reason whatsoever.
Okay, how about all of you guys get in, and all of you friends get in, and I'll push from behind. You ready?
That's very generous of you, Spec, but I believe I might be slightly more adept at this landscape than some of you here, especially with the badger. Turtle.
Portal.
I'm not quite sure. This is new for me as well. I'm just getting used to it, but it's keeping my chin warm.
And if you'd care to climb in, I will just tow the sled for a while and see how that goes for us. The cold doesn't really bother my people.
Yeah, that sounds great. Liz, you mentioned earlier you wanted to know who was the leader, and at this point, I'm kind of thinking it's the badger.
The badger beams up at you guys don't you forget it kind of attitude.
Heroic badger. You put badger on on the front of the sled so you can point the way.
Has a very large compass, proportionally speaking.
It's I'm going to say, unfortunately, because of not trying to be as delicate as possible, Oboe, you're quite large, given your shell is also full size. I would say you could fit about 3 people, 3 medium-sized creatures. If the 3 medium-sized creatures weren't Oboe might take up 1.5.
That's okay. I get the hints. I can walk. It's fine.
Sorry, Oboe. I mean, effectively, someone strong could also push you as you lay on your shell.
So, Alek,
all right, I'll do that.
Yeah,
that's okay. But I'll stay in the warm.
I was going to give Oboe solutions.
Yeah. I tell you what, I'll go in here and I'll make some soup, and you can see pots and pans moving around. So Runa bids you farewell, and with one last sort of descriptor of Anders. She's brown hair, about yay tall, yay high. He's very quiet. He's a sweet boy, lad. He's very. Sometimes he's so small, I forget. He's not actually when she gestures, he's not actually short. I forget that he is, an adult. But he's sometimes I've noticed he is sometimes a little forgetful. So maybe he just got a little lost wandering about. But it is not like him in the sense because he's also a responsible man. But I hope you fare well and can bring him back safe and sound. And at the time you guys are leaving, it is roughly around lunchtime, say 12:30 in the afternoon. And she tells you that they're hoping to sort of have this celebration when around 6, when they would usually expect a sunset, when they used to expect a sunset before the time of. And she says, if you could bring him back in time for that, great. But again, no rush as long as he is safe, as long as you all will be safe as well.
she is obviously not someone who can, be pushy about it, even though she kind of really wants to. But yeah, if there's nothing else you guys want to buy or do, the Badger will lead the way, leading the charge to sort of like bring you guys through, traveling through the old.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Do it.
Alrighty. So at this point, so the Badger is like helping you guys traverse. Can I get a survival check from everyone? Because the Badger is helping, I will lower the DC rather than giving you advantage, just so that, because it's uniformly around. So I want a group survival check.
17.
12.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Very high 3.
Yeah.
Nine.
So for the most part, as you guys are traveling, the weather is 10 degrees colder than normal, as the wind is blowing really strongly across. And sometimes you lose visibility. Sometimes the Badger sort of like runs up ahead to try and just get you there quicker, not realizing you lose sight of him, and then he runs back to make sure you can find him. It takes you a little longer than you think you should, kind of just like navigating the where'd he go, where is he, and also just like the strong winds and what have you. So much so that why is it not rolling? Oh.
I think we said Yam was pushing Oboe in his shell.
Yes.
And he'll lean down, kind of stomping through the ice. It's funny. I always thought crampons were little bread things you put in soup.
I
can't remember the word for those anymore.
So 16. So as you guys are traveling, occasionally you notice, like, besides the strong winds blowing, occasionally up in the sky you see beautiful lights, like the aurora, kind of like dancing in the sky above, despite the fact that is it the correct time of day for you to be seeing this? So much so that occasionally it catches you off guard, and what that is that you will have disadvantage on perception for the next 9 minutes, which isn't a long time, but as you are sort of like making your way, my bad. Charisma saving throw for you not to be distracted. This is what happens when my tables get broken. I don't remember what you need to do. You see the beautiful lights in the sky, and sometimes it makes you wonder, like, whether or not this is naturally occurring, or if something more magical is happening right now. So can I get everyone to make charisma saving throw?
16.
Nice.
10.
All right.
Also 16.
14.
Oh, natural 20.
Ooh.
Nice.
Even with the 16, I'm gonna just go ahead and say that Klappa is incredibly distracted by the pretty shiny lights up in the sky.
They are beautiful. Like they're in like shades of blue, green, purple, pink sometimes. And despite the cold air, what is it called? Despite the snow and flurry sometimes obscuring your view. Okay, every now and again you see that. Was it Duvessa who got?
Yes.
Was it? Yes.
The 10.
Duvessa, you feel like you look at this and like are fascinated. Like, is this magical? You don't think this is naturally occurring aurora. Like, the fact that it is so prevalent, despite like the lower visibility, makes you think that maybe something really is up here. And for a while, you will be a bit distracted by that. That only manifests in a disadvantage on perception, nothing more. And eventually, the badger leads you to a sort of like more wooded area, which at least protects you from the harsher winds. The badger pokes up and says,
"He was here somewhere. There."
And points and does like the dog point almost towards like a set of tracks. Very quickly getting obscured by like the snow and the wind, but the humanoid tracks about the size of a medium-sized creature who wears shoes. It's a very distinct footprint.
No crampons.
No crampons. No.
Not a single breadcrumb.
As soon as Blaze sees that, he Oboe, old chap, I believe your badger. Sorry, I don't know its name.
He's called Bob now. I've just called him Bob.
Bob the badger.
Is it a Mr. Bob?
He's actually Sir Bob because he's the leader. So Sir Bob.
Right.
Logic.
We've found tracks. I believe there might be someone better here and more skilled at tracking than I. I've got the height advantage, but I have skills elsewhere. Anyone? Anyone who's a tracker? Clapper?
I'm more than happy to follow these tracks wherever they may lead us.
Okay.
Potentially to our deaths. Very, very likely die in cold snow.
Are you just walking along staring at the lights clapping the entire time?
Yes.
Oh, my heart.
Klappa, can I get you to make an additional survival check, please?
$12.
Ooh, so close to not plenty. With the 12, actually, that despite the fact that these tracks look like, they would be, that they would be easily obscured, they seem quite recent, and as if it would be no problem at all for you to follow them. It's not as if the person was trying to obscure themselves as they, moved along. It seems almost as if, with what you can tell based on how the person was moving, it was almost as if they weren't walking like as if they were looking for something, because like they're walking in all sorts of directions, kind of like going back and forth. You see signs by trees of like snow being pushed off like branches that they probably would have tried to maybe climb or something like that. There's just like a lot of sign of like slow movement going through the area. And you're able to follow the tracks. They don't seem that old. You follow the tracks for maybe about another, you're about to follow the tracks for a few minutes or so, but the badger is like, okay, I've done my job. The badger kind of like pulls on Oboe's clothes and goes,
yes, what? You done?
I've done my job, so yeah.
Thank you
There
very
are
much.
lots of scary things in this forest, so you be careful. I hope you don't get eaten. I don't care if he gets eaten, but I hope you don't get eaten.
he says, like obviously pointing to him.
Okay. Good to know, Badger.
Well, that's nice after I didn't eat him.
I don't think you speak badger. So.
I was about to say, we just see a badger pointing and making sounds, right?
Yes.
He's pointing at you because he just wants to be your friend. That's
I
what
didn't
was
like the way he
happening.
was looking at me.
Roll an insight check for the badger.
Oh, that's not a thing I'm good at.
I want to get in on this.
Badger insight. And I will allow
Why
insight
am I
rather than
rolling low?
23.
That's actually really great.
I know that badger
you know
is bad mouthing
exactly
me.
what you know exactly what the badger said because it looked at you and made like a gesture.
It's not good, Jam. He's basically said he's going to leave us now, but there might be some big horrible things in these woods that might be eating us.
We've been together all of like maybe 5 minutes and we're already arguing. That's what true friendship looks like.
She's got a point.
You continue on your path when you hear you continue on the trail and it doesn't look like it's leading you far until you realize like the tracks have like gone from just like a leisurely walk to a sprint. You can tell by like the weight of the footprints as well as how far apart they are. And rather than footprints, Klappa, do you have? I don't remember if this is a thing. Do tabaxi have like keen senses about something? Like, do you have a good sense of smell, or is that Knowles or something? And I'm thinking of.
No, tabaxi don't have any specific like extrasensory stuff.
Yeah. All right. But I'm going to say because you were tracking this, you don't really see what they could have been running from. You don't see what these tracks have been running from. But soon enough, would you guys give chase immediately, or like seeing that there definitely was like a pace, like they picked up their pace to start like running in a full sprint?
I sort of relay that information back to the team. I'm like, good news, fresh tracks. Fresh tracks mean a fresh corpse sometimes,
Or a fresh friend,
or a fresh friend.
How fresh?
It seems like whoever we're tracking at this point booked it. So something urgent struck them. We might want to pick up the pace to try to catch them.
Talk about the corpse, but good.
Yeah, I like kind of like in a canoe. I start to like scrape on the side of the sled.
I will allow you to make an additional survival check to try and see like what could have possibly spooked the person you're chasing. And because the rest of you, this has been brought to the rest of you's attention, I will let you guys make that same roll as well. Oh,
12 again.
I keep seeing Klappa's dice like almost hit.
It's on the 20 and then it just goes off. Yeah.
So many close calls. 12, unfortunately, it's just out of your sight. Does anyone else wish to try and make a survival check to see what they can see?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, can't hurt.
Nope.
Oh, natural one.
yeah.
Good thing it counts the first time it stops and not when another die knocks it out of the way. Otherwise, that would have been 2 ones. But I think for the natural ones on survival, it was like their tracks, only to realize those were the badgers as they scampered away from you.
Because it like backseat driving where people instead of just shouting, going,
like this way, that way. But with a 23, Oboe, you see that. Though there's nothing immediately here chasing the thing, you see that the tree line close by, a lot of like higher level branches have been broken, and the snow has been like moved off as if something large had moved through this to try and like in the direction that the tracks are running. Because you see this, because you notice this, you also see like the little like clumps of white fur that have not clumps, but like remnants of white fur that have been caught in the trees. A large white haired creature has definitely gone and stalked your own it's not prey, but the person you are tracking, you think that they might be in grave danger if they're not already, done with.
I think it's time to go, guys. There's something big chasing what we think should be our person, so we should hurry.
So you guys break into your own sort of sprint, and I will bring you to the next map. Should
As we're sprinting, I look over at Duvessa and I say,
So what brings you so far up north?
Well, when you haven't been many places, you want to see all of the places.
Oh yeah.
I've never seen this before.
Yeah. Have you met a lot of people along the way?
I have met quite a few people. It's all that I really like to do is go to the tavern, meet some folks, see the sights. You know the drill.
Yeah. I catch your meaning. That's
All right,
admirable.
So a bunch of you should already be loaded. Some are still loading in. You would be on the left, lower left of the map. That's where your tokens would be. This is the position you see yourself in. Everyone can see. Oh, I see that.
Looks like I've frozen. Give me 1 sec. I'll just refresh.
Yeah, sometimes refreshing is.
Are we meant to only see half of the screen? Is it supposed to be grayed out?
Yeah, this is visibility is poor.
Cool.
But you should only see. Oh wait, some of you don't have dark vision, and it is not that dark. Sorry, I prepped for night.
I have 300 feet dark vision.
You really?
Yes,
Good
I
Lord.
do.
Jesus.
Twilight cleric.
You don't even know there's a problem in Icewind Dale.
No, I'm just the lights. Have you seen these lights?
Okay. There, that should be slightly better, yeah? Yeah. Alrighty. Do you have a little bit better vision rather than just like 5 feet in front of you at this point?
Yeah.
Cool. Sweet. There we go. Alrighty. So as you give chase, as some of you give chase, and who is pushing Blaze is like pushing the sled. You guys are having a nice, lovely chat on the sled as the rest of them break off into a sprint, and you get to about that far when you hear. Just a loud roar reverberating as you see up ahead. This might not necessarily be the marching order, so feel free to like move yourselves around that small area over there. But you see a large, horned, white-furred creature standing like menacingly over like a surrounding of trees. Those of you who have traveled a lot in the north would recognize this as a yeti. Actually, sorry, there are 2 of them. And they seem to have like pushed past trees. They seem to have pushed past trees and are loudly just like threatening something. And rather than hear him, you see sort of like a figure like swing what looks like a staff, like trying to fend them off. And this is about the point in time you guys arrive. Does anyone like say anything to announce their presence, or do we just jump into initiative and have your actions speak for themselves?
So in my experience, most of the time anger occurs because of some underlying issue. There's a lot of sadness. So in my mind, there's just a lot of loneliness happening right now. So I think that we should just talk to them to see if they're okay, if they want some friends.
Okay. You proposition. No, that's what's the word I'm looking for. You propose this to the group, and the rest of you may consider that as I will have everyone roll initiative. So the thing can automatically do the initiative, or you can roll it yourself. But essentially, you'll see on the screen there's like a little fist icon. If you right click it, it'll make it a pop out, and that will show like the initiative order. All you have to do is click the little die beside your character, and that will roll your initiative.
That's rad.
Yam will lean down to Oboe and go, right, you a Raymond Speed kind of fellow?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, hold
Let's
on.
do it. Let's go for it. Go! Whoa!
So, alrighty.
Sorry, I missed that. Where was the?
Where is it? Yeah, I lost.
Sorry, I rolled it for you just because.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
But for the sake of later, so on the right hand side there are a bunch of icons. Yeah, the one that is a fist, which is the second one, should be is like a combat tracker. If it can be like a pop out, or I mean, it can be its own little window if you right click the icon as well. Otherwise, it just stays there on the sidebar. We begin this combat with Duvessa.
Excellent. What range are we?
Oh, I just want to say thanks for the raid. To Tomiko F, thank you for the raid. That's rad.
Yeah, thank you. That's awesome.
The what? Sorry.
Oh, you just got raided on Twitch?
Oh, I'll pretend I know what that is. Sorry.
I don't really know if we're going to be fully engaging, so I will take movement probably 10, 15, 20, 25, right about there. And I will...
I'll give you a moment to think of what you're going to do as suddenly, like the aurora shimmers brighter in the sky as another bout of wild magic. Because no one was specifically targeted for this, I'm going to roll a d6 to see we'll go for. That is 1. That is Blaze. Blaze, you are the first on my little list. So, wild magic surge. Each creature within 30 feet of you becomes invisible for the next minute.
Oh, sweet. So I'm invisible now.
You are all invisible now.
All right. I was debating, but I'm, let's see.
So apart from
I will...
They are luckily not within 30 feet, but Under is. So he is also suddenly invisible.
So, I mean, this changes everything. I think, can I hold action for, I haven't picked. It's probably going to be a cantrip. Either green flame blade or firebolt. Let's do green flame blade. We'll do that one.
If someone approaches you,
if the Yetis like continue to attack or the invisibility, doesn't help.
Sure. I just have a question because I did not test this out earlier. Oh my bad. If I do this, Duvessa. Whoops. No, I'm not trying to. Sorry. Duvessa, if I do this, can you see your token still?
No.
Okay, never mind. Did not set the mod up correctly. But yeah, so you are all invisible with the exception of Blaze. So you see these Yetis like suddenly where did the guy they were chasing go? You are holding your action spec. It is your turn. You have fully turned invisible.
Okay, so I guess what I'm going to do is walk up. Where exactly are they on the map? Hold on.
Oh, you don't have visibility, right? Give me a moment. Let's just make it globally illuminated. Remove token vision because we don't need that right now. It's not that dark.
Oh, there they are. They were behind my my little chat. That's what was going on.
Oh, that's what it was.
Okay, so I'd like to run up to them. My map is loading again. There we go.
You should just be able to drag your token. It will show you the distance and actually like go in the red or green when you start bypassing your regular movement speed. The trees do confer difficult terrain, so you'll see like if you pass through it, it will sort of like expend more movement.
Awesome. So I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna get pretty close, but not too close. And I'm going to say, hello, Yeti friends. I know you can't see me, and I know it's a little disconcerting, but I just want to be your friend, and there's no guarantee that you want to be mine, so I figured that it'd be better to stay invisible. However, now that we are here in this exact moment, are you lonely? Because I'm lonely, and I could really use your friendship right now.
Oh, you say this, and you give this heartfelt message to this Yeti, looking up at this large creature, and all you get in response like, it seems enraged and confused, like what is talking to it? And what is your passive insight?
Yes, 15.
With your passive insight, you know that they don't understand what you're saying. Like, they don't speak your language.
Do I know what language they do speak?
You can make me a nature nature check's probably going to do it.
+1, no. 16.
16. You know that Yeti speak Yeti.
Okay. What if I just growl back in the same manner?
I will allow you to do this if you are spending your turn to try and make your persuasion check with this growl.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Roll a persuasion check to try and make a persuasively compelling growl that, that was so close to a nat 20. Unfortunately, it just comes across.
It's like
and as Spec growls from invisibility, we have another wild magic surge. This one specifically targeting Blaze. Sorry about it. You are transported to the astral plane until the end of your next turn, after which you return to the space you previously occupied or the nearest unoccupied space. So suddenly, until the end of your next turn. Until the end of your next turn, Blaze. I'm very sorry. Blaze,
Bye-bye.
as soon as Spec roars, those of you here, because Blaze was the only one you could see, suddenly you can't see Blaze, and maybe the rest of you are thinking, he's probably just invisible, you know? Like
all Spec thought to herself was, "What did I do that with my powerful Yeti growl? Was that me?"
Very unfortunate. I'm so sorry, Blaze. Also, someone has generously given Oboe advantage on your next D20 roll.
Awesome.
Oh, thank you very much.
Nice. Alrighty. And unfortunately, you try and communicate, bridging the gap where words fail. But unfortunately, your growls do not they don't bridge that gap. The bridge just crumbles underneath this attempt. And is there anything else for you, Spec? Do you have a bonus action or anything you'd like to do?
I think. I guess I'm not engaged, but I might dash away. That's cool.
That's all right.
So may I just dash kind of behind these bushes?
You can go behind the trees. Like I said, they are difficult terrain, but the map kind of automatically accounts for that. So when you go through it, you see the distance you can move on it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just dash back here. That's what I'll do.
Yeah, sweet. Sweet. Alrighty. I was gonna say you see Ander, but I realized no one sees Ander right now. Ander, you don't see Ander, but what it is you hear like trees rustling beside you guys, and a voice next to you guys, Yam and Klappa. A voice goes, I don't know who you are, but I assume you're here to rescue me. Hopefully, the soft voice says. And as they do so, um, as they do so, um, they look at you, Klappa, and they give you. They look at you and go, "Oh wait, no, I can't see any of you."
I was
Never
like,
mind.
they don't look at me.
No. No one sees anyone. I forgot. You just hear. What happens is you hear like rustling through the trees, and Klappa and Yam, someone just like oof walks into like, what? Hello? Is someone there? Just like obviously disoriented as well because you're all invisible. You can't see each other. But that was his turn. He had to dash through. The Yeti, on the other hand, very confused, growls, tries to make their way. They saw rumbling here, so they try and walk through the trees. They walk to where they thought the last person they saw was, which was Blaze, who is no longer there. Your held action can go off if you want, Duvessa.
They're not attacking, so I'm still gonna.
They're about to, but
I mean, but they don't see us, and I figure if they don't see us, then I don't want to set up something that will make them see us because it's gonna make my weapon glow green.
Yes.
So I'm waiting till it actually attacks or tries to or it actually hits somebody. Like I need to see. Otherwise, I'm just like stealth mode.
So it's going to try and attack the rough space in front of where it was. So Klappa, you are the one there, like roughly beside where Blaze was. So there will be 2 attacks at disadvantage against you.
You're welcome, Klappa.
Thank you so much for this.
That was a nat 1 for that. And ooh, still 23 I'm assuming is still going to hit for 7 points of damage, 6 slashing, 1 cold. As like they try and reach for whatever was there, and they manage to still swipe at you despite being invisible. It doesn't break your invisibility, but it does hit you, Klappa. Alrighty.
Can I use Uncanny Dodge to have that incoming damage?
Yep. Cool. So it is down to 3.
So do I see like blood or like somebody like shuffle around right there?
You go, ow, Klappa.
I would probably do my held action after he got hit, like because I don't know if he got hit until he gets he went out. So I would.
Would you do something, Klappa, to is there any way someone would you just hear like a little clap?
Yeah. You hear like the very slight
I've never used this cantrip, but I would brandish my whip is what it would be because it's the weapon I would use, and it would make a melee attack with against one creature within 5 feet of me, which would be the Yeti. So roll to hit, I suppose, right?
Yep.
15 plus what is my
I mean, an 18 is gonna hit, so
okay, so it's a 19, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, plus 4. So yeah, all right, and then it's D8 plus my whip stuff. So that's a 10. 8. That's a 1 plus +2, 3 damage.
3 damage. Okay.
Nice, 1 Yeti down.
3 damage. That's not what I. That's not what I meant to do. Takes 3 damage. Alrighty, and unfortunately, Duvessa, that means you are visible once more. Attacks or cast a spell. Yes. Alrighty, but that is it for the Yeti's turn. Klappa.
All right. We're going to use the Tabaxi Feline Agility to double my speed for this round. And we're going to move behind this Yeti. We're going to open up with an attack. My rapier. I'm assuming I got a sneak attack on that, yeah?
Yes, you are unseen.
The 14 hit.
14 still hits, yes. Ooh, that's nice damage. For 23 points of damage.
Is he surprised? That would be an auto crit if he's surprised.
No, unfortunately, they were already on the rampage.
All right, 23 damage.
Nice. You see you take a big chunk out of this Yeti. Alrighty, but unfortunately, that also means you are visible. Anything else for you, Klappa?
Yeah, let's go ahead and try to hide. Hoping I can kind of slink back into the trees.
Yeah.
Stealth check is a 15.
15. All right. Yeah, you look at you look at them as you slash, and like you weave in around the trees and try and put yourself in the position not to be seen. You think you have successfully hidden. It is the Yeti's turn. You are hidden from this creature. It cannot see you. It's like trying to figure out like where the thing that hit went.
I'm actually on his back. Like
yeah, like the camera just like stays put as the Yeti goes around, and you just see like Klappa on the back of this large creature, and it's going to run towards the only person it can see. Unfortunately,
Go for it. Go for it.
Actually, can I get an attack of opportunity as it leaves my?
Yes, you may. And you still are
another
hidden
sneak attack
out
too.
of your turn, so you get your sneak attack. Yes.
Hell yeah.
I just picture Klappa like clapping with daggers.
All right, on the attack of opportunity, that's a 20.
Are you rolling these with advantage?
I am not.
You should be. You never know.
Yeah. You never know what can happen.
So close. But
close.
yeah.
All right, so he takes another 21.
Oof. Big oofs. You see this Yeti is horrendously injured. Very, very badly hurt. And it will make its attack against Duvessa. It's like it turns around, but it's like, but the attack will still go through because he wouldn't have. Oh no! Wait. When you attack, you come out of being hidden. So he's
That's true.
Gets attacked, turned around. He's like, and he gives you a horrible stink eye, which is probably not what you were hoping for. But I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw. This is against magic, so if no, wait, you're not a gnome.
For that, no.
You succeed. Means cold damage can repeat saving throw. Target saving throw. You are immune to this effect, and it is save or suck. Nothing bad happens to you. As it just tries to, like, it just turns around. Effectively, you hit it for a lot, turns around and gives you the stink eye, and nothing really happens. Alrighty, very good. That was that Yeti's turn. Doesn't get to do anything else. Oboe, it is your turn.
Okay, Yang mentioned earlier about pushing me, like driving me into the Yetis. Can we still do that?
Yeah. How would we do this? I assume Yam would have to be the one pushing you. Yeah.
I can hold my. I'll just stay inside my shell, ready.
Yeah.
Looking at the Yeti.
We can save our ramming speed maneuver for when I roll more than a 7 on initiative.
You can shuffleboard you across.
You can give the help action. That is what you're doing. Like, you know.
I'll balance the shell ready, and we'll point in a direction. And Yam can just.
I feel like it's kind of a hammer throw maneuver where he spins round in a circle, just to get momentum, and then launches.
Just use his leg and just like. Sure. You give him the help action, and we can have him do that on his turn. I will give you the stats of our rock, which is to say, like a thrown rock, like the kind giants and that sort of thing throw. So it'll be Yam. That will be your.
Actually, no. I can command a strike on my turn.
Oh, okay.
Which is like to give you an action using one of my actions, or one of my attacks, rather.
Yeah. Okay. So if that is all Oboe is doing right now.
Yep.
Blaze, you return at the end of your turn. You return disoriented. You were in the astral plane for a split second there, are now back. Not sure what happened. Not sure what happened, but unfortunately it does state at the end of your turn. So you come back like, what? And now the Yeti is like full on in front of you, just you. Yam, sorry, Blaze. Yam, it is your turn.
So is the sled still invisible, or is the sled not invisible?
It's not invisible because it's not a creature.
Oh, okay, cool. Yam is going to, in the crook of his arm, first he will launch Oboe into the closest Yeti. Hold on tight there and fling him into it. Right. So this will be his first action using Commander Strike. So what I do with this is, on my turn, I forego one of my attacks to give Oboe an attack, adding a d8 to any damage that you deal.
Okay. Sweet. So what I'm going to do is, because you've come up with this this crazy double team play here. You have 2 attacks at this level, yeah? What I'm going to say is the way this works is you'll use one of your attacks for Commander Strike to be like a weird, like spinning turtle attack maneuver.
Auto attack.
And you will use your second attack to make the throw. We will give the throw the stats of like a rock, which is like a rock when a giant or a great ape throws it, which is 4d10 if you can successfully fling it. So you have advantage because Oboe was helping you. Oboe can only make his attack if you make your attack.
Okay. So is this the same as just a thrown attack for me?
Yes,
so
a thrown attack.
Strength plus proficiency?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, just strength. I unfortunately do not believe you are proficient in Oboe. But you have advantage. So strength advantage.
First one.
Could have picked Oboe as a musical instrument.
Is a 19.
That's that actually is, just roll for crit. Roll for crit. You might crit.
Boo, Shaun. I do not crit, but a 19 is
19
enough.
19 definitely hits. You throw Oboe. Roll 40-10, and Oboe, roll your attack, and you get to add a d8.
Okay, so damage on that is
Yep.
quite big, 15 and 24.
Ooh. Alrighty. 24 apply damage. And then Oboe, you get to make your attack and then D8 to the damage, right?
I do. However, I've rolled a natural one. However, I do have my advantage on a D20.
Yes, you
from
do.
The donation. So that is a.
It's
safety roll.
fortuitous.
And then I get a +8 on that. Ooh, it's really, really bad. Okay, so I got a 10 on the attack.
Oh!
Plus
Unfortunately, not quite enough. Very unfortunate. You throw Oboe. It sends him slightly. It sends it like he makes impact, but not quite enough to properly hit the Yeti. And as the Yeti is like hit with like that, the force of Tortle coming at him. Duvessa, you who are standing like right back there. Just like this large thing looks like it's about to fall on you, but doesn't quite happen. You see like a flash of your life before your eyes. Oh no, wait, is that your life or is it a wild magic surge? Attempting to, make things interesting. Really? No. I'm gonna roll it again just because we have already had that. That's not fun. You roll a d10. Oh no! Oh no!
I also have bonus action.
Yep. Go ahead.
Right after this, yeah. Yam, seeing this thing teetering back towards Duvessa, is going to like reach into the pot of soup with his ladle, and this is just a thrown action, but he's going to like fling a bunch of soup at the closest Yeti. You in the horns, you with the white, step up and have a bite, and just try to distract it.
Yep.
So it would just be like he's throwing a hand axe, but we'll see what.
Okay, go ahead. Do your attack. And what did you get in that roll, Duvessa?
Got an 8.
8. Your age changes by 8 years. If the roll is even, you get older.
All right.
You are older by 8 years. So, you see your life flash before your eyes slightly as this humongous thing threatens to fall on you, but just doesn't quite.
Your back is suddenly sore. You're like, what happened?
Right.
Alrighty. Unfortunately, Yama 9 doesn't hit.
Late whiff.
Alrighty, that brings us to the top of the round with Duvessa. That stuff ain't fun,
Okay, so after all this weirdness, the one in front of her how's it looking?
Not quite there yet. Like
okay,
maybe blind, but
just agitated.
Yeah.
All right, let's do bonus action spiritual weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And it will be a heavy mace will appear next to him, and I'll do that attack.
I believe if you cast it from the sheet, which I can do for you just to make it easier,
yes.
It will automatically put something up. Oh, spiritual. Oh, it doesn't put the thing. Oops, sorry, my bad.
That's all right.
Yep, I'll just put a little light there so we know that's your spiritual thing. Alrighty. What color would your spiritual weapon be?
Let's go with a light blue.
Light blue. Awesome. Okay. Okay, there you should see like a little glowy light effect happening beside you now.
Perfect.
Sweet.
And then as an actual action, probably just another whip attack.
Sweet. So a 15 will hit. And then you get to make your whip attack.
Sweet. I'll just roll real dice for that. I don't think this hits. 9 plus 4 for 13.
14 will hit, actually.
13.
13 will hit still.
Oh,
Its DC is 12.
awesome. Let's see. And Green Flame Blade is just the one turn, I think. So
It's a cantrip, so you can. But yeah.
well, I already. Can I cast a second spell after? Oh, okay. All right, then I will. Sweet. Green Flame Blade again. So a D8 with that, which is good because that was not so great. Plus 1. So 6. 6 damage.
Accidentally. -6. Alrighty. It's looking bad, but not quite there yet. This brings us now to anything else, Duvessa?
Nope, that'll be it.
Cool. This brings us now to Spec.
2 questions. Is this the Yeti that gave the stink eye?
The one that gave the stink eye is the one by Klappa.
Okay, got it. And then is Klappa still on the other one?
Yes.
Okay. Reason I can't see.
You can zoom out with the scroll wheel if that helps, or is
it's way out
vision
there.
thing?
Hello. Got it. Okay. How is Klappa looking anyway?
Klappa's looking fine.
Yeah, is Klappa handling it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Klappa's not clapping, if that helps add.
That's great. Yeah, that actually, makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to leave Klappa over there. Klappa looks just fine. However, Klappa did give me an idea, and that is these Yetis just need hugs. That's really what's going on. So I'm going to grow my spectral arms using a key point. And basically what these look like are big, goopy, like they're dripping with slime arms. And like, where'd they get all this dirt and muck on them? I don't know, but they're there. So they sprout, and I run over. I'm going to run over to this buddy. I'm going to give him a big hug with my goopy arms. I will still jump onto his back and give him like a double hug. But with my spectral arms, as I jump up, I would like to like pat him on the back in a very aggressive manner. Which,
like when you're trying to burp a baby.
Yes, although it is gonna feel like a very aggressive like pound on the back. So I'm going to use an unarmed strike, and then I'm going to use a flurry of blows.
Go right ahead. Forcibly calming him down.
Exactly.
For his own good.
There. So this is the first unarmed strike. Boop. No, hello.
13 hits.
Oh, really? No way.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to roll.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll the others as well. So that would just be 2d6s.
I see a crit. Hey.
Wait. Yeah. Awesome. So one was a crit, and then
so
the other
all
one
of those
hit.
will hit. Yep.
Yeah.
All of them will hit with one crit.
So that's 3. And one crit is, remind me, that's
roll the dice twice.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you. But I only add the modifier once, correct?
Yes.
Got it. Plus, I guess it'd be 9. Boop.
Oh.
So you thought that'd be higher, but
yeah.
joke's on you.
But there should be one more attack, right? Because that's 3 attacks.
Yeah, because I didn't add one of the d6s. So 16.
Oops, sorry. I accidentally deducted that from you.
So 18 overall.
Yep. Sorry, Spec. Give me a moment. I accidentally applied the damage to you.
It's okay. It
Uh,
happens.
apply damage. This thing's looking bad. Very, very bad, actually. A little more would have done it. Sweet. Anything else, Spec?
I think similar to Klappa, I'm going to remain in the hugging position.
Sweet. It is Under's turn. All the rest of you have kind of like come out of invisibility to by virtue of attacking and what have you. And he now can tell that you are. Trying to assist him. So I know it's 20-foot square. He is going to attempt to cast a produce flame to assist you. He will move away first because that's a ranged attack. He'll move over here. He becomes visible and will hurl a produce flame at the Yeti. Would have had advantage because he would have. Unfortunately, he's not great at attacking, so he misses wildly, and that's all he can do. It is the Yeti's turn. This Yeti is surrounded now. He has his pick of people to choose from. He's gonna go aim for Oboe just because, like, Oboe crashed into him.
I'm still in my shell.
Which means your AC is +4, yeah, or 2?
It is. It's an additional +4.
Yes, +4. So you see this Yeti angrily tries to attack you once, and the other attack will go to Blaze because Blaze appeared out of nowhere as well. Like, and so the first one is against Blaze. Nope, that was the wrong thing to press. Claw against Blaze, and then Claw against Oboe. The first one. The first one will hit Blaze for 25 to hit. That is 5 slashing and 6 cold. Are you, as a Goliath, resistant to cold damage? I can't remember.
Yep.
Yes. So that is only 3 cold. So that's 5 slashing and 3 cold damage. Oboe, because you are in your shell, the 21 will not hit you. As their claws start like trying to dig their way in.
Nobody's home.
Nobody's
I'll come back
home.
later.
Klappa, you have this one. You have this one just like mono a mono staring at you.
Yeah, we're gonna. I go before this one in initiative, so it should be advantage. See. Did advantage 1 second.
Don't you only get advantage if it's on the first turn? If this is from assassin? Is this the assassin one or is this something else? Sorry.
It's assassin one, yeah.
I believe you get advantage on the first turn if they have not yet.
No advantage, yeah.
However, you can bonus action hide first, as there are trees all around. You can you can move beside the rock and hide behind it, thus possibly hiding you and giving you that advantage.
It's not a bad idea.
I mean, this guy's looking bad. One more good hit, and you probably don't have to worry about his turn.
Yeah, let's go with the stealth check first, so the hide. All right, I'm gonna try to hide in plain sight right in front of him.
Stuck beside the rock, just like
bury yourself in snow.
That is
12 good enough.
Unfortunately, as a 13 passive perception, just under.
Just barely. All right.
Just under. However, this reminds me. Let's see. Actually, before that, I almost forgot. You also have been gifted a wild magic surge. I want to see if this will help or hinder you.
Invis again.
Each creature within 30 feet of you takes 1d10 necrotic damage. You regain hit points equal to the sum of the necrotic damage dealt. I believe this Yeti is the only one within 30 feet of you, hopefully. Yes, Spec is just out of the way. Roll me a d10 of necrotic damage. So it'll take 3 necrotic damage, and then you just get to make your regular attack.
I gained 3, right? Putting me back to full health?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, let's just going for a normal attack here now. Sneak attack. Does a... Nope, that doesn't hit.
A 9 does not hit, unfortunately.
Oh no.
Yikes. I mean, chat, if any of you wanted to give reroll to Klappa, now would be the time. But,
Is Klappa clapping right now?
Well, he's fine, technically. It's just
Klappa just got healed to full by this surge of necrotic wild magic that just sapped the life force of this Yeti directly into him. Klappa's feeling fine. There's no clapping
There's no
right
clapping going on.
Yeah. But yeah, so at this point in time, that's your action, bonus action. The Yeti will then go, it feels like this necrotic energy leaving it and giving you health for some reason. So you get the multi-attack on you, both attacks against you. That is 13 and 14, both of which miss. Man, these Yetis aren't doing great. Maybe they should retreat. Oboe, it is your turn.
Okay, I will jump out of my shell and hit him with a quarterstaff attack.
Yep.
Just bonk him on the head.
Yep.
Or try to.
I imagine it's like those cartoon turtles where it's like you jump up, hurrah, out of your shell.
Let's see if this works. Oh,
unfortunate. You try, but you try and give me, out of curiosity, give me a performance check right now.
Nope.
Nope. Rather you pop out and stumble a bit. It wasn't very graceful at all.
I did not put those crampons on.
This brings. Do you have a bonus action?
No. That's it.
This brings us to. This brings us to Blaze. Finally get a turn. Sorry.
Okay, so here's where it gets a little bit weird, because the last thing he heard was Spec saying, we should talk to them and not kill them. And everybody's killing them. So try and use his warm out to knock this Yeti in front of him unconscious. So I do regular attacks, but the idea is not to kill it, is to knock him unconscious.
Knock him prone. Go right ahead.
Are we running advantage?
No.
Oh, good. That's fine. I'm much better with normal attacks. That's fine. Attack. That's a natural 1.
Yeah.
It was Oboe's popping out. It's just freaked the place, right? He's
right beside you. Like, what the hell
is going on? And then he attacks again with his second attack.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Literally, Oboe has really just freaked Blaze out. He's just literally like, what? I don't understand what you're doing. Why are you dancing?
Like, you're like, actually, what is this? Unfortunate. Any bonus actions, Blaze?
Look slightly perturbed by all of this, but just stand there ready to be beaten. No, I'm good.
Cool. Yam.
Yam with ladle still in hand is going to pull out his cleaver in his other hand. First step up next to this Yeti.
Mm-hmm.
Let's turn off the ruler and make his first attack against that.
Yep.
Going back to a rolling.
Mm-hmm.
6. Is it
That
15?
hits. Yep.
Excellent. And that is 6 damage.
6 points of damage. Apply damage. And wouldn't you know, it only takes 3 of that damage because that's all you needed. It is dead.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, all right, keep that one fresh because I'm coming back for its leg.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of his movement, he'll come out to here. His second attack, he will throw the ladle at this one.
Yep.
It's a crit.
There it is, the crit.
Which just bonks it on the head. Damage there is
Nice,
9
actually.
plus 3 is 12.
Yep. That was enough to take it out. So you see after like Oboe's kind of like hurrah and that distracted Blaze, and even the Yeti was kind of like what the Yam takes advantage of this opportunity, hits him dead, moves over to the next one, throws the ladle as this one is about to try and strike Klappa again, and just like bang! And you guys are out of combat. Unfortunately, because that one is ranged, it cannot be non-lethal. But
So I guess it goes handle first.
Yeah. Oof. But this one kind of like slumps unconscious. And as you continue to hug it, Spec, you have been bestowed. As you continue to hug it, I will see what happens. You cast levitate. The levitate spell is cast on you as you're kind of like hugging, like no, wait, don't fall, and just like you are like levitating like over the Yeti as it falls unconscious.
Okay, that's that. As it falls unconscious.
Yes.
Thank God. Okay, so it doesn't fall on me.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so that means that the other one is still up, right?
No, the other one's dead.
Oh, so we're good.
Yeah, you're good. You're out of combat.
Oh, awesome. Okay. I apologize. My Chrome crashed as we were playing, and now I can't see the map. So this is where I live now.
Zoom out. You might be like it might have put you on another part of the map. Like if you zoom out, you might.
I've restarted a couple times, and it says that something isn't enabled, and I've tried to enable it. And
I don't see you on the player menu, which means you weren't able to log back in again. Try. We'll figure that out in a sec. But you guys are out of combat. Under walks up to you and goes, I don't know who you people are, but I must thank you profusely. You saved my life. Thank you, he says, and there's this genuine look of like, thank you so much, before he turns and starts to walk away.
Are you going back to the village?
He is not. He continues walking in a like he starts walking away as if looking for something.
1 second, Ander, is that your name, Ander?
Oh yes, I am Ander.
Well, Runa sent us. Runa.
Oh, yes, Runa from the village, yes.
There's the big festival, aren't you supposed to go back there? We've been sent to kind of bring you home.
Yes, but I am doing something much more important. He says very seriously.
Okay.
He doesn't volunteer the information. Like he's just, I'm doing something far more important.
What's more important than celebrating at the town with all your family and friends? Like
it's he says that rather I was awoken last night with a dream, a very very strange dream. There is a prince. And he goes like he can tell how kind of nutty this is as he describes it here. He's like, in these mountains, in these woods, there is a prince, I need to find him in this castle, this castle of his, or bring him to his castle, something like that. But he's being held somewhere he's being held somewhere. The dream was very strange. The location was, it was almost as if the sun and the moon existed in the same space. East of the sun, west of the moon. That's just how I saw it. And I knew, definitely knew I have to find this prince. Luckily, I have found an elderly sage in this forest who has promised to help me find such a place. But first, I must find the items and the items required in order to get this information. He says,
Well, yeah,
he's very serious, very much like, no, this is very important.
Well, I can see this means a lot to you, but you shouldn't really go walking in the dark woods on a dark night. Maybe we could help you and come along, or maybe we can do that. The sooner we help you get what you need, the sooner we can take you back.
Oh, well, actually, that is a very good idea. I don't mind that at all. He says, and he goes, now. I'm looking for something very specific. It is a wax, a bee wax. So I am looking. So it is very strange because you would not normally find bees in this weather, But the sage assures me somewhere here in one of these trees, there is there are still colonies of bees that sometimes may make their hives, and that I need the wax of this. He says very, very seriously.
Well, I can I can talk to the animals if you want me to. If we can find a helpful squirrel or maybe a bird or something, then I can help.
He goes, well, if you can do that, that would be a great big help. But while you're doing that, I'm going to continue looking, he says. And he's like, thank you to all of you, bowing and thanks, but continuing his kind of rummaging around. He seems like really determined. Like he is fully aware. It seems to you, it seems he's fully aware of how silly the statements have been. I had a dream. No, I had a dream that there was a prince, or was he a bear? It was one or the other. But he desperately needed help, and I have to help him.
All right, good luck.
No,
turns around
Yam,
from cutting the leg off the Yeti.
No, okay.
He's not walking too far, but you can attempt to find some sort of woodland creature.
Everybody. Ender seems to be I don't know if he's under some kind of spell or he's even sleepwalking, that kind of thing, But I don't like the way he's walking around on his own, and we've already seen these Yetis. Is everybody okay coming and doing some more? We've got to find some. He's looking for some bee wax.
Let's help him out.
All right, but we're going to have to put this on ice.
There's good meat on that bone.
He overhears that and he goes, there is a lake of ice right there, pointing up ahead to the east of you. As we're sort of trying to figure this out, have you still not managed to get in spec?
Oh, no. I would have to restart my computer. And yeah. It's okay. I'll just theater of the mind it.
So sorry. Alrighty. So he says there is a lake right there if you want. A lot of the lake is frozen over. You can see.
I think once Yam has taken meat off this, he can kind of pack it in snow and tarp and wrap it up and put it back on the sled.
Yep. And as you do so, Oboe, can I get your perception check to try and find woodland creatures? Nice.
That was nearly a one.
All right. I will roll the random woodland creatures twice, and you get to pick which of these animals you want to talk to.
I will do an animal call out.
All right. So you see in the distance a brown bear walking about, and you also see a little snowy hare.
Who is this?
Oh, like a okay. You said snowy hair, and I was imagining like
Just like a lock of
piece
hair.
of hair
Going
with
to inherit the whole winter.
Bunny hair.
Oh man.
Turtle in the hair.
Oh, hey, we could commission them to run your stand. Yab.
Still busy cutting the meat off the Yeti. I'm assuming you did this to the Yeti you didn't knock unconscious. What do you do with the one you did knock unconscious?
Well, look, he's next if nobody's got a better use for him.
Anyone?
I mean, I kind of feel like it would there. So like there are two sides to this. There's it would be mean to leave him alive now that his friend is dead, but it would also be mean to kill him. Period. So like we should befriend him if we leave him alive. That's the only solution.
Does anyone have the ability? Does anyone have like tongues or something?
No.
What we got two who just come out the Yetis. Anyone?
No, yeah.
If we all stand and yell around it and growl, maybe it'll know that we come in peace.
I would respectfully suggest that that's an appallingly bad idea. So what to do is try and rip your face off. Unfortunately, I don't really agree with you, but I'm going to put this beast out of its misery since we either tied up and let it starve to death or be mauled by other animals, or we kill it now and, I don't know, yeah, we can make a soup out of it for the community.
Right, and then all those people will be our friends.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea.
Sure.
As long as you don't tell them where the meat comes from.
Mystery meat, I like it.
With that, Blaze just hefts the hammer in both hands and then tries to gracefully end the life of the poor Yeti. He's still quite confused on this whole let's talk to them and then let's knife them. Doesn't seem to make an awful lot of sense. And he's still giving Oboe odd looks for his weird shenanigans in the shell.
Oboe, so have you decided the bear or the hare?
The bear's going to be. He might be too big, so we'll go with the hare because they're nice and fluffy, and one in the hare. Why not?
Thor's in the hare. You approach the little hare, and you approach it. It looks at you, kind of like its little nose.
Hello, Bunny.
Look, all I'm saying is that these would be great workers at the booth.
You speak with it. Hello.
Have you seen that man walking around? His name is Anders, and he's. I'm kind of tall, yeah. And you're kind of small. Don't worry about size. It doesn't matter. I'll come down to your level, and I'll sit cross-legged. What we're trying to find.
The rabbit kind of like does the hind leg stand, just to even be close to that.
There you go. Do you want to shake paws? We can do that as well. There you go. We're trying to find some bee wax. Do you know anywhere we can find some bee wax? Can you show us and take us there?
Like angry little insects that go pink, pink, pink with their butts.
No, that's it. Yeah, but we don't want you to get stung. Just find us some bee wax. Is that okay?
It's really difficult.
Is there a bee nest?
I think I will look for you. Why do you need the stingy butt insects?
I don't know. We're trying to help a friend of ours or a new friend. We just found someone wandering around, and they're looking. They kind of need some bee wax.
Okay.
I don't know why. Or is there anyone that you know? Is there anyone else around here?
Well, there's the small lady who lives in
There's
the
a-
forest. Oh,
Okay.
look at her.
That's
Points. The rabbit kind of like gestures with its nose towards Speck.
oh,
Lives
like her. You mean? Oh, okay. Well, how far are they away? Are they nearby?
not
Like,
far. Nearby.
I feel like you're talking
Can you-
about me.
Yeah. The rabbit does. The hare does look at you, Speck, and the rabbit kind of like hops.
No, this way. Come. They're nice.
the rabbit says there's someone like you over there. So I'm gonna.
There's
are
no
you
one
coming?
like me. I'm one of a kind.
Well,
I'm
maybe now there's
Speck.
two. Could be two of a kind. I don't know. I'm talking to a bunny rabbit.
Oboe, while you're talking to them, why don't you ask them if they're looking for a job and if they're in need of some compensation? Because there is one back at town directly for this animal.
Do you have labor opportunities?
Of course, looking to expand. Can you hold a ladle? We'll get you
We have
some.
a forest kitchen run by forest animals.
Mhm. The rabbit seems like the hare goes down
This way.
and like bounces off. I'm
Wait,
going to-
hold on. I'm not as fast as you. Hold on.
Yep. I'm just gonna collect you guys to bring you over there to make it a little easier. Oh wait, Anders doesn't go with you, but
You can move me for me.
Yeah.
I'm watching it on the stream. So.
Yeah, so I've moved you guys to the north. And as you arrive, there is a warm, well, as warm as winter can get. There is a fire going, and you see sort of like dressed just like in very almost druidic looking clothes that you recognize, Oboe. They have a druid symbol as well. You recognize that this is a gnome, but as you guys approach them, you hear a voice in your head, in you guys' head, that goes, "More visitors. I wasn't expecting anyone other than that man over there. Tell me, are you also looking for a prince?"
We'll
And
get
this
this
is a
guy back
voice
to
in
the.
your head.
If it'll get this guy back to the village in time for celebrations, we're here to help facilitate whatever it takes.
You see the expression on this gnome's face, kind of like she chuckles and laughs, and I think like she's definitely the one who is telepathically speaking with you, because her face like reacts as if she was talking verbally, and she goes, this man is on a grand quest, it seems. I don't know if you'll be able to pry him away from his goals even after you complete my tasks. And she tells you that I honestly think for his benefit, it would suit him better. It would suit him better um, to give up on this chase. The prince of these parts, he cannot be saved.
Why's that?
Yeah, how do you know he can't be saved?
Seems a bit melodramatic.
The druid shakes her head and goes, long has he laid cursed by that which chains him, keeps him from his castle. I do not see how meager human as this will be able to put an end to said curse.
That's okay. We're not really human.
That is true, she says, looking at the lot of you. Perhaps Perhaps with all of you, maybe you will fare better. And she looks at you, and can I get you guys to make me a group persuasion as a to see how much she might warm up to you guys. You seem to be earnest people who just want him to, want to get Anders on his way. Persuasion.
But the rolls are spectacularly crap.
Oh no.
12.
12, 13, 14.
We're getting there.
Getting there. Oh!
Sorry, what was that? The two confused me at that stage.
21.
So there's Oboe got a total of 1. Klappa got 21. Yam got 14. Blaze got 13. What did the others get?
12.
12 and
my internet is having a great time.
Do you have physical dice?
I do.
Don't worry, I can just quickly pull your sheet up as you.
Alex, as a question, if we use having Spec talk at this druid for about an hour, does that not give us advantage on the threat?
No, I'm sorry?
If we use Spec as a threat, can that give us advantage? Because she can hear off most people. If we just kind of order the druid, would that be good?
I mean, if that's what you're trying to get at, but it's more of how friendly. We're trying to go for a friendly angle here, aren't we?
I got an 18, by the way.
Friendly angle. No, I mean, even because it's a group persuasion, even with Oboe's 1, unfortunately, you guys this druid looks at you, and I think she sees what Blaze is kind of I think she sees the look on Blaze's face as he looks at Spec, and the thought process that's going through his head, and she can kind of pick that up, and she goes, you seem like good people, and I also fear for that that young man's life, honestly. I know where it is the prince resides. The wax is for a candle. This candle, he said, is the light that will guide the prince back to himself. But you can go but the candle is not needed to find the prince. I just thought if he should have any chance at all of success, he would need it. But if you are in a hurry, I can most certainly show you.
Well, we've got some meat that's going to go bad if we don't get Jiffy on.
So no one decided to help Ander with his candle search. I mean, with his wax search. So he's just there, and the druid, kind of nods and goes, "All right," and she sort of starts weaving her arms around, and almost through magic, the stars appear, and she enchants together what looks like a star map. At first, it looks like a star map, but then it magically sort of rearranges itself. And as you look at it, you start to understand the terrain and whatnot around you. And as you look at it as well, it's almost as if rather than being able to read the map, it's as if you see the stars on it guiding you to sort of the path which you are meant to take. She enchants this together and hands it to you, saying, there is I very much doubt the prince can be rescued. If anything, rescuing him might just involve rescuing him from the chains that bound him by letting him go forever, if you understand me. She says.
I'm sorry, euphemisms aren't my strong. Could you just elaborate just a tiny bit on that, please?
She says, the curse that befalls the prince is a strong one. You might find that the only way you can have to break this curse is to end his life, therefore freeing him forever.
Well, that's very fortunate. Yeah.
I know how to do that.
We've got some people that are very capable of that.
What? I'm not a murderer.
He said capable. He didn't say murderer. Helping people out.
Now, if this priest is some kind of livestock, then we can have a conversation.
It's not the priest you're meant to murder.
I hand Yam back his ladle covered in Yeti blood.
Let's just wipe that off.
So she said she gives you Hane gives you the directions as good luck, and she says I don't think you'll be able that young man has got ideas in his head. I'm not sure you'll be able to disavow him of, but all the best. She says and says you can tell him the candle is no longer necessary, or you can tell him you found the candle. Something.
Is that a euphemism? And then we've found a candle.
No, it is wax that I am to make into a candle. It is.
What with the human? That seems very strange. I feel I've missed something quite. I think I'll just let Duvessa finish this and stand in the corner for a while.
Yeah. She kind of explains it again, just because it's not that she's exasperated or anything, but it's no, because this is all telepathic. She's no, the candle will help guide will light the way for the prince to be freed. That is what the curse says. But you may go to the prince without the candle. I just thought that he would need it. You can spend some time looking for the wax, but if you're in a hurry, it would kind of it was about an hour travel. It would kind of be about 4 p.m. right now, 3 to 4 p.m. So you have it takes you about an hour to get back, but you don't know how far. Judging by this, it might even take you an hour to get to where this prince might be.
Well, since we're here for an hour, we might as well get to know each other a little bit better, because we're really good friends now. We're basically best friends. We had to fight something together.
So did you want to help Andre with his searching, or did you want to just go?
Yeah, of course we'll help. Why wouldn't we help? We're all out here, right?
Yeah, we're here for an adventure.
I think the idea was that you now know where the prince Ander is seeking is. So, his thing is that I have to rescue this prince that I don't even know anything about. But I have to rescue this prince, and this druid told me I need wax for a candle, and the druid's yeah, you need wax to help rescue the prince, but I can actually tell you where the prince is if you just want to go.
Yeah, let's just skip that whole candle thing.
Yeah, no candle. Ander goes, are you taking Ander with you, or are you letting him kind of search alone?
He seems a bit bewildered in his search. Do we need to? Well, if we go in and find him, tell him we found the candle. Can he go back to the village?
No, he is definitely going to come with you. You get the impression no, this is this is my mission now. He's very much I have to. And in fact, in the course of your conversation, he will say, "Is not the part of the dance of lights, part of the whole symbolism of lights is lighting the way." And I think that this is what I am here for. This is what I am meant to do, to help this prince find his way.
Okay.
You go, Oboe.
Okay. If I move a bit over, if I go and stand by the lake, can I see Ander anywhere?
Yeah. And there's just he's literally just around the area. So if you walked, and there's right.
I'll go bring him back to where everyone is. So yeah, we found the candle. We've done that. On to the next quest.
Yep. And he goes. He is very happy with this, and will happily accompany you to the castle, which what he calls the where what the druid says the castle wherein the prince resides. He is more than gung ho to do this. Ignore the rolling of dice. That was just placing Ander down. Okay. And we will. Can I get all of you to roll me survival checks to see how long this takes?
18.
Nice.
1.
Ooh.
8.
So
You're distracted
this
by
takes
friendship.
you. Yeah, friendship is very distracting. This takes you a little longer than it should, and I will roll a hazard now. Crap. So 13. Would anyone be walking further? Like, would anyone be like walking up ahead, or leading the way in this, or are you all just like trying to stay as close together as possible?
No, I think Klappa's definitely taking the lead.
Sure.
As the skilled trapper that knows these hills inside and out and then rolled.
Yep.
How are you feeling? How is Klappa feeling?
Klappa's tip top.
Cool.
Yeah. Sweet.
No clapping?
No clapping.
I do want to ask Ander. Is it Ander?
Yeah, Ander. Yeah.
So is the reason? So I understand that you don't actually know who this prince is, and I get it. Sometimes you just have to go find someone, and sometimes you just have a yearning to find a new friend. Is that why? Is it because you heard of this person and you want to be their friend, or why are you going after them?
I think yes. I think it is something like that. Yes, it was a very cryptic dream. I saw him as a man, or a shape of a man, and he seemed sad and lost, and something about that dream told me I could save him, that I would be able to be the one to assist.
I get it. You're saying a lot of things that make a lot of sense, because friendship is a deep motivation, and all I wanted to do was understand what your motivation was. And now that I know it's just friendship, I'm here for you.
He is a friend I have yet to meet,
Oh, no, I get it. That's really exciting. That's one of the most exciting phases of when you don't quite know someone and you have to get to know them still. Oh,
like there is, as you're talking to Ander, like you think it's very much like almost fairy tale. I've not met him, but I know that I was meant to help him and stuff like that. And as you guys are traveling, Klappa, you are tracking up ahead, and unfortunately, the hazard I rolled was as you are further away from everyone else, you're trying your best to go about finding your way. When, alas, you fall for an old trapper snare that was just way too obscured, but you may roll a dexterity saving throw to attempt to, not get pulled up violently by this.
Oh, I'm in the air.
You are in the air and you whack against the tree for 5 points of damage. Which you can uncanny dodge if you want.
I saw that tree coming. I can uncanny dodge.
Yeah.
You're like, as the snare is whipping me into the air, I'm probably like, oh, this old rickety snare. I should have seen this coming a mile away.
So, are you just being grabbed and then you're just immediately?
Yeah. Upside down, just.
You can cut yourself off easily with your claws. I will describe before bringing you to the map, or actually, I should start loading you to the map because it takes you a while to get there. Before bringing, as you travel, it's about like 5 in the evening. You think that you could get there before? No, it's like 4:30. No, it's fine. It's fine. You'd be able to get back in time if you rushed. You see in the distance, like you've been traveling for quite some time. You see in the distance, at first with the snow and like the sort of like the refraction of light against ice and rime and snow, you think you see a glittering keep standing in the distance. This beautiful, almost fantastical castle. And Andor gets very excited, like that is probably it. That is probably the prince's castle. And you guys approach it. Andor like will even like jump off the slide if he was on it, like kind of like try and like walk a little faster. He's not going to run that far ahead of you, but like he's very excited, will walk a little faster. But as you guys approach, you see the glittering blue lights that sort of like reflect from the crystals of ice start to take on like a different shape. You start to see that it's not really what it seems, and the closer you get, the more this beautiful keep starts looking like a decrepit ruin of something. Every now and again, it's really strange because when the light hits it, when what little light is around hits it just right, it still looks like that beautiful keep. But the closer you get, the more you see it for what you think it really is, which is a horribly dilapidated set of ruins. In this ruins, ahead, you can already see a faint reddish light that is coming from the inside, and this faint reddish light and large shapes that sort of like make move around in the center of this keep. You are at the bottom of the map, bottom right of the map. And as you sort of like walk up to like get close by, not only do you see these creatures, actually, do you see where you are on the map, and do you see what do you see of the map?
I'm at the bottom right hand corner.
Yes.
And most of it is black, apart from if I zoom out, I can see the central circle.
Sure. That means I will just turn off.
Should I be able to see a giant bear and 2 wolves?
Yeah.
Cool.
If you have vision that far, you should.
You don't want to turn those off?
No.
No, fair.
I've let all of you see now because the light, it's quite open. The light is bright. I've just dimmed everything down slightly so it is darker. So the rest of you should be able to see now the center of the map and yourself as well. Like you see like clear trails of blood and other things that have been dragged through the snow. Like it's already that dark, almost brown color. But you see in the light what looks like a huge bear sort of like lying down on the ground. They seem like they're in pain or something. Like they're just those bear noises when they're like just not comfortable. However, as Oboe, as a druid, you recognize that this is not just like an ordinary bear. Like there's something up with this bear. It's a vague, like it's a vaguely a little more humanoid than a bear should be. But by the bear, but while the bear is like while the bear is like, writhing on the ground. Writhing seems like the wrong word, but like writhing on the ground, there is sat on like a broken throne, what looks like an eladrin, just sitting there with two wolves beside them, and they're like petting the wolves. Not at all menacingly, or just like relaxing, and they seem to be. It seems as if they're talking to the bear. You can see that they're like saying something, though you can't quite hear it as of yet. It looks like Anders is almost like likely to run ahead of you if you don't stop him. Honestly,
You should stop him from running ahead.
Don't run ahead.
But what is going? Like he goes, then come with me, he says, as he he can't like give an excuse of why he's not gonna run ahead. So come with me then, and he begins walking.
Hand on his shoulder.
Yeah, we'll follow him.
Yeah. I think I have suspicions on what this curse may be, but I don't want to make any assumptions too early.
Yep. So Ander like walks ahead, and as you sort of approach, the Eladrin kind of like looks up at you and goes, "Yes, amazing. Welcome to my beautiful castle." And sometimes when you like in your peripheral, it does almost look like the keep is beautiful, but then when you actually look at it, it is like wretched and broken and all of that. But when when this Eladrin approaches you, they say like. Oh, welcome. I am welcome. What can I do for you? I am Princess Juljin.
Hello, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Speck. Are you in need of friends? Because I'd love to be yours. And also thank you for hosting us.
I'm more than happy to be your friend.
Nice. All right. So we're on the same team.
I make an insight check.
Yeah, go ahead. Klappa's just like, I can imagine Klappa just there on the side, like eyes looking from one to the other. It is whatever you think is going on, Klappa.
I'm a little suspicious, so I'm just gonna back away a little bit from the group and just try to stealth.
Okay. Make me your stealth roll.
21.
Alrighty. Oof. Okay.
Alex, is indicated to make an insight check at the same time, please.
Sure. Yeah. You're all watching this conversation. Oh, that's much better. Blaze, you see that from Princess Juljin's expression, they seem to be like. They don't seem to be interested in being like there is like, yeah, sure, I'll be your friend. That there's that kind of vibe you're getting from it, but rather that there is also what you notice from the wolves. The wolves give it away more. There's like defensive like body language to them, like it's very unwelcoming. Even like they're saying no. Welcome, come in.
Thank you. So what's your favorite color?
My favorite color is white, of course.
Okay, and your favorite song? This is what friends tell each other.
You like the rest. If anyone has a passive insight of 15 or higher, you can tell Juljin is like easily, like really, really easily getting annoyed. Which these are simple questions. Like, there is like, they're smiling and they're like, they're answering the question.
Yeah, we'll come up next to Spec. Ask her if she wants some soup.
Oh, good one. Do you want some soup? My friend here makes really good soup.
Behind her, nodding.
fast spreads. Also, like there's a food truck back in town that you could visit. They need a little bit more customers. You could be number one.
When you mention like town, like the idea of people, more people, like there's like this look of like
we can also get it delivered.
agitation.
There's a delivery service.
No, she'll be. It's fine. Everything is all right. I'm good for your meal. Would you
As
like?
Spec is sorry.
Yep.
I was going to say, as Spec is, I don't know, slowly interrogating the Galadriel prince at this point in time. Blaze gently says, I believe the prince, like the last two friends Spec talked to, any minute now we'll all be hugging them. I'd be ready for that.
So I will just clarify. This person has introduced themselves as Princess Jul'jin. And Ander is very confused. Like you see Ander is like this... What's like, and Ander can't take his eyes off the bear, like who is like Princess Jul'jin has like walked over to in front of you, almost like putting her body like in the way of your view of this bear, even though she is a smaller lady. Papa, were you particularly trying to sneak somewhere? No, or just like
no. Just trying to anticipate what's coming.
All right. So because some of you seem to already have these suspicions, can I get you guys to make me a history check?
Oh, goody. Let's roll well. This is my
love to roll at -1.
Solid 6.
Roll an 8.
Still a 17.
Nice.
I have a +5 and I don't get to use it.
Oh, well, what was your total?
8.
Oh,
I got a 4.
Yeah,
I've heard of princes.
You've heard of princes. Yeah. This is like there's something like something is striking you as odd here. You know, I mean, lots of things are striking you as odd, but like the name Jul'jin it's not Elven at all. Like it's not Sylvan. It doesn't come across. I mean, like, you can't help but like, wait, this name sounds like, you know how you can sort of like trace, like names sound like a language, yeah? This name sounds like giant, troll, ogre, like one of those sub languages of giant.
Yeah, I was like, Jordan, that's an interesting name you've got there. It's
very pretty, really lovely.
You see, she like her her body's like, yes, it's quite a lovely name, isn't it? Like there's like it doesn't take like even with a low passive insight, you can tell like she's like menacingly moved to look at you. At this point. Like, yes, what of it? Like, that's the vibe you get. She doesn't say that, but like, yes, it is a lovely name, isn't it?
Well, yes, I think it quite is. Was that a family name by any chance?
She goes, she looks at you and she's gonna make an insight check. No, okay. She seems very like, no. You know what? I wouldn't know. I've lived alone in this castle with only my wolves to keep me company for so long. I don't recall.
Well,
lucky Spec came along.
Yeah, that must have been a very lonely experience. Do you want to talk about it more?
I really wouldn't, she says.
But you didn't mention your bear friend.
Yeah.
You point to the bear friend and goes, he's not a friend. Never mind him.
I would like to move forward like 30 or so feet, like kind of closer and ask, well, it seems like there's a story and I love a good story.
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want to tell us why he's such a jerk? How he has wronged you, so wrongfully wronged you?
I sit down like crisscross
as a
applesauce,
Twilight
and I'm like,
cleric. Yep. As a Twilight cleric, can you make me a Arcana check?
Yes. Oh. I almost want to use the digital dice because might have not been rolling.
I mean, you can.
I'm going to. How do I do
on
that?
your sheet? On your sheet, just go to the skill and just click the skill name under attributes.
Okay. That would be Arcana, right?
Yep, Arcana.
Wow, I rolled an 8 there too. Never mind.
Yep. That's weird. It did not show up for me. But anyway.
I clicked the one on my D&D Beyond.
Right. No, it's all good. She. You know what? I'll give this to you at advantage because you guys have the star map.
One more try. Come on, digital. Okay, 18.
There we go. So as a Twilight cleric, and also like because you guys were given the star map of this location, you recognize like the ley lines that have been placed here. And you also notice the bear is kind of like, it seems like the bear can't get up, and it is as if they're trying to move out of it. You recognize this as the way the stars have been moved around on this pattern. Like the way the pattern is stars moved around on the ground to keep the bear sort of like restrained there. And when you realize this, the bear kind of gives you a look that's more like, like with more feeling, much like, a human might. And like there is a pleading look of help me on their face. And she goes, no, it is too like, you're realizing that as you asked her the question, like, it's too long a story. I shan't bother you with this, as the wolves start to sort of like advance as well, as if sensing their master is agitated. Yep. What do you guys do?
I'll step up alongside the rest of the party at the front, which makes sense as a place for me to be.
Yep.
Nothing like aggressive yet, just like tight grip on the ladle as he stirs his soup.
Yep. She goes, no, please. You must be tired. I can show you to. I have rooms for you to stay in, she says, as if trying to like usher you to another part of the keep. The wolves are definitely standing in the way right now as well.
Klappa makes a fairly simple series of hand gestures that I hope the party can understand silently, which is pointing at the Eladrin lady and then making stabby motions.
At that, can I cast Fairy Fire first level to highlight her and whatever the closest wolf is?
Okay.
I think 20 feet is not that far, right?
Yes, it isn't. So we also have 10 minutes to go. Make me, all of you, make me religion or arcana checks right now.
Nice.
16.
12.
9.
7.
Blaze, 17. Blaze, with your 17, you think, looking at this bear is not hurt. They're fine. They're a big, strong, burly bear. They are just restrained here. You think that unrestraining the bear is perhaps the will greatly help if you are in a fight. But I will say you cast your fairy fire, and I'm just going to thematically have the fairy fire light her up. And as your fairy fire lights Princess Joljan up, it doesn't highlight the her outline of her eladrin shape, but instead you see the outline is far larger, far taller than she is. As you see the shape of what appears to be a troll in her place, like superimposed over her.
Instead of fighting them, could we use that fire as a means to escape with the bear? Like a distraction?
You may attempt to do so, however, the bear is still restrained. And with the 17, you think, with the 17, Blaze, you think that using the star map you were provided, you could potentially, maybe with like a piece of chalk or something to write with, rearrange this to free the bear. However, this would need to be 3 successful Arcana checks. Multiple people can try this. 10, 15, 10, 13, 15 success. Or actually, let's just make it flat, 13 for all 3 checks. But we will roll an initiative just to get things going, just to give an order for things. You can attempt to attack to distract people to let other people along the way, but know that we are going to expedite actual combat into being let's just help the bear. Because
okay, so you want us to roll initiative?
Yes.
Okay. I just got a 20.
Nice.
Modified 20.
I got a nat 20, so it's a 28.
Hang on. Modified.
Pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good.
It's all right.
As far as initiative goes, I guess.
There. Oh, I rolled it finally, and it was a 20.
Yeah.
Nice. What does that bring your total? Because it didn't do the thing.
21.
All right. Puts you over there. So Klappa, Blaze, you realize this. Do you shout this information out for everyone?
Oh yeah. It's the final fight scene, and hopefully Spec writing this down. So yeah. Blah 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 blah.
The bear, free him. Yeah. And Duvessa, on your next roll, you have advantage as well from a lovely person in chat.
Let's see.
So Klappa, you are off first. Sorry, Klappa is first. I just needed to tell you that before I missed it. Klappa, Blaze has told you definitely freeing this bear with an Arcana check is but you have to be by it. That's the thing.
Yeah. Klappa knows his role, and that is not messing around with star charts. Very uninterested in drawing things.
Yep.
Don't even really have terribly prehensile thumbs. So just gonna do my best to buy the team some time.
Yep. Roll me if your means we won't roll attacks and whatnot because it's gonna take too long. But if you are attempting to distract them, you can roll me either a performance or a persuasion check. And while Klappa is doing that, Spec, what do you want to do?
Okay, so
you could have been closer. Probably would have been closer.
I think my best bet would be to exactly how is the bear? Is it chained up?
No, it is magically restrained.
Oh, it's magically restrained. That's right. Okay. So I think my best bet would be to hit the also distract and hit the princess.
Make me a persuasion or a performance check. Duvessa, what about you?
I am not particularly great at. Yeah, what's up?
Oh, I was going to say, I should clarify. When I said I'm going to distract, I didn't mean make a persuasion check. I meant run in, get an auto crit from assassin, stab this troll in the face, and run away.
Yeah,
sure. Make me your attack rolls, and if they hit, I will.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Okay. But you do have advantage. You know that you're
Yes,
feeling quite lucky.
there's no playing around. The fairy fire revealed she's not not whom she seems. This poor bear.
So you would go up to the bear?
I would third level witch bolt.
Oh, okay. Is anyone gonna try and free the bear? But yeah, that would hit.
I can't. I don't think I could get through the wolves.
There is space, but alrighty. So I'm going to say that with all those attacks, they would have hit. So what it is right now is these creatures are distracted for the next turn because those were 3 separate people attacking, and she will remain distracted. If someone were to go and try and attempt this check, they would have advantage because she's not there trying to rip them away from the prince, and the prince is gave the game away. The bear is, trying to help you in a way. So, I mean, Andres can try. Yam can try as well. The monsters are thoroughly. I mean, the troll and her wolves are thoroughly distracted.
I'm sure they are, but I'm rocking a -1 to intelligence.
You can always try.
Yeah. He will run straight past the occupied enemies, say, look, I really hope this is going to knock the gem right out of your donut, and try to do magic. So I will make an Arcana check.
Arcana check. You have advantage because the creatures are distracted.
Okay, well, that's an 11 or a 9. So
Oof, okay. Cool. The bear. The bear is like looking at you it's almost as if it wants to talk, but it can't even open its muzzle. Ander is going to attempt to run past as well to make a similar check. That is an intelligence check.
In the spirit of expediting this, can I action surge and try again?
Yes, you may. Yes, I would love that. 13 is what you need.
Nope.
Oh gosh. Oboe.
I think it's got something to do with the ground, or stars. Not. Those are the options.
There's it has to do with stars.
I'm going to try to get there and just assist the bear. Try to pull apart whatever it's wrapped into.
It's not actually wrapped in anything. It is magically
it's just being held by the magic.
Yeah, like hold monster almost.
Can I do a localized dispel magic?
Unfortunately, dispel magic. Yes. I will say that if you can roll a 15 on this dispel magic, you will be able to partially free, actually start freeing the bear.
Let's give that a try. What? Is that come through?
It didn't roll, unfortunately. So, where's your dispel magic? I think you'd have to roll it, because 20 spells. The spell is what level?
It's 3rd level.
Oh, okay. I might have. Okay, just roll a d20 plus your wisdom, because you're a druid, or just click your wisdom and actually just roll that your wisdom ability check.
I don't know what that did. That's 1d100.
That was me attempting to roll. Ignore that.
Yep.
on your character sheet, there we go.
Another one's come on. Everything is.
There we go. Yes.
17.
You help this bear out, and although it doesn't like you dispel it, you attempt to localize the dispel magic where this bear is, where this bear is, and as you do so, it is enough for this bear to like pull free, like it shakes its leg free, and you see Juljan turn around and go, "No, my love, no, stay. I just wanted you to stay with me," she says, and the bear kind of like stands up on its hind legs and lets out like a tremendous roar. You see the wolves kind of like shake in place, and they look quite fearful, and the bear, like towering over you, says, "No more, Juljan. You will remove this curse from me." And it looks like the bear is about to move up to attack. And Juljan looks at the rest of you, like her face full of anger. Now kind of like you're actually like seeing the troll emerge out of the thing, like emerge out of the illusion beyond like the Eladrin's shape. And she goes, You did this. You ruined what we had. I will get my revenge on you. We will be together again, my love. In just you wait. And with like a flurry of magic, you see that she turns into her troll shape before like ice, a whirlwind of ice and frost like engulfs her, and she disappears where she stands in a big of snow and ice, and the wolves kind of look around fearful, and this bear walks up like almost kind of like scared, like almost threatening, but then he's like, "Who are you? What is it? Are you here to mock me as well?" He says about like his cursed form. And Ander, who has been kind of like in shock at this time, walks up to the bear and goes, "No, Your Highness, we are here to set you free." And like he looks to the rest of you like almost like happy, like, "Hey, like amazed, like you guys helped, you guys did it." Like he looks at you, and the bear looks looks skeptically at all of you, and then the bear goes, "Why should I believe your words? Many have come seeking my treasure, seeking my power. How do I know you are not like her?" he says.
Beck just wants a hug, and then we can go again. We're literally here for the lights. Really, look at the notes in a book, and if you think we're not.
It's true. I really do just want a hug. It's true.
Make me a persuasion check, Spec, with assistance from Blaze.
Yeah. That is a 14.
14. So like, and like I just want a hug, and like you approach, and like it's that cautious, like bring it in, like, and like they don't move towards you, but they're obviously like not gonna stop you, and it's like hugging like a really really big dog who's just kind of like when big dogs are like agitated still, but you can still hug them and they're not going to freak out on you. It's like that, and you just like, because you're so small, you just like hug this bear's leg. And he looks at you, and he looks at all of them, and he looks at Oboe especially for freeing him from the trap, from the trap, and he goes, "Thank you," as if he had trouble saying those words.
That's all right, man. High five, yeah. like this. You put it up and you go, there we go. There we go.
And the prince says, the prince says, now, now that I've been freed, I must return to searching for my castle. He says, and Anders just like, is this not your castle? And goes, and the prince explains, no, this is where that wretched troll had entrapped me in. If I find my castle, perhaps I can be free of this form. And he begins to walk away, like bear, like starts with a walk, but then moves on to like a bear trot. And Anders looks at the bear, looks at you, and goes, I must go and help him.
Oh, it's about
okay. Bye.
Like he says, I'm sorry and thank you so much, but I think my place is here with him to assist him. I think that is what I'm meant to do.
Your place is here, and our place is back in town with the soup truck.
Before you go, have you got any notes on what we need to do at the festival? Because it will be really
appreciated. Oh, of course. He says, and he like gives you like his full component, like he gives you his component pouch because he's a spellcaster and stuff like that. And he tells you, you may give this to Runa. She often doesn't have faith in herself, but she could, a blessing from her alone. She's also blessed by Shanti. A blessing from her would already be suffice, he says. And he kind of like smiles at you and says, he smiles at all of you, saying that I don't think I need this anymore. But here, please take this as well. He says, and he gives you the little brooch he wears, and it is a brooch of shielding. He goes, he says, somehow I think I will be all right now, like as if he knows, like, this very tsundere bear will keep him safe. He hands this to you and says, tell the village I'm sorry, but I think this is where the gods have meant for me to be. He smiles, and as the bear is leaving, kind of like looks back and goes, this keep is yours to do as you please now, he says. And looking around, although most of it is in ruin, there is still some stuff you could probably like pawn for gold and gems and stuff, because a princess needed a tiara, needed a scepter, and there's a bunch of ratty stuff there, but it's kind of like mishmashed together, and you find like what look like a couple of scepters and crowns that are obviously not well made, but would fetch for some money. But yes, you say farewell, and as they bid you goodbye, and like Andres is, he seems so grateful for your help. As he says goodbye, there is one last wild magic surge that erupts from everywhere. I'm going to roll a d6. And a 3, 1, 2, 3 is Klappa. As he says goodbye, do you say goodbye, Klappa? What do you do? Like as they're waving goodbye to you?
I just pat him on the shoulder and I say, "You're gonna freeze to death out here." He goes, "I think that'll be fine." And as you kind of like pat him, almost like from outside of your hand, illusory butterflies kind of like flutter out. And for the next minute or so, Klappa, you are just followed by butterflies, just like everywhere.
You're gonna die.
Just quietly clapping and the butterflies are flapping.
They're gonna die.
You head back to town. Runa's kind of like, what? what happened, but you explained the story, and although it was quite a wild ride, it is at least a story, and maybe one day you will run into Andres and this bear prince once more. But today is not that day, and they kind of go, okay, that's kind of weird, but I guess we can get another priest and continue the celebration tomorrow. And you guys are treated as heroes, sort of. Yeah, I mean, you found them.
Free drinks.
Free drinks. And yeah, I think that's where we. I think that's where we'll end this off for tonight. Thank you all for joining. Sorry, that was like a little crammed at the end. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that little bit of chaos. Thanks for everyone for watching as well, and all the people who just allowed the chaos to ensue. Once again, thanks to BD&D for sponsoring this, and also congratulations to Dragon's Fire. It's got a Y, for winning the draw. Congrats! Hey.
Congrats!
Well done, Dragon's Fire.
I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, by the way. And thank you guys so much for playing, and thank you guys for watching. And yeah, I hope
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, Alek. Thanks, everyone.
Oh boy, I think the Yeti fight took longer than I expected. I'm sorry.
Bye, everyone.